So, by the time you all actually got to the dock and did your fighting and all that stuff, it's probably about like midday, 2 o'clock-ish. So you've got some, like, yes.
Close enough to a large elephant.
So you've got like a pretty good time for daylight. And like I was telling them, this forest is pretty lush, so it gets like pretty dark inside of the forest.
Okay.
Lots of trees and all that stuff. There wasn't a map that I had that had enough trees to show you just how much it is. Okay. So, this is what you got on here. Last time we played, you all fought the baddies, killed the baddies, saw the pixie, and that was it. So, what you want to do?
Who saw you saw the pixie, right?
I don't know, did we actually see it or just...
One of us
I made
saw
you all
it.
roll perception, and I'm pretty sure you were the only one that hit the mark. So you were the only one, because you said something to it.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
It ran away. Did it run the same direction that the guy...
From what you could see, it went into the woods that way, but really nothing. Like, you couldn't see where she was flying at that point.
Well, I guess we tell Jimmy, like, guard the boat. Don't do anything stupid.
I like how he actually has a name this go around, but he never
I'm just gonna
said
call
it.
him. I'm just gonna call him Jimmy from now on.
No, he's never said his name, so.
Well, I thought he did.
Yeah, he told me it was Cadmus.
Cat. Well, Jimmy.
Jimmy. It's the same character, just
It's
a
the same.
dragonborn.
You remind me of a Jimmy that I read a book about.
You hear a voice in the forest.
I wanted the tiny.
Okay.
It's the pixie.
So, where would you like to go?
Into the woods to start a fire.
Into the woods.
I know because I wasn't here. What is the actual? Where are we heading into the woods?
This is where they were dropping off all the stuff they were making in the factory.
Okay.
This is the only lead we have.
This is all right.
Because this is where all the shipments were going, and since we're new management, we're checking up on it.
Checking up on where our shipments are going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're shipping.
Yeah. And remember that black pearl that we found? Apparently it was in the dresser drawer where we found all the notes from the factory that had an unfortunate fire hazard.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, neither do we.
Can't imagine.
They don't know. They just we went and we were saving people because we saw a commotion.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah, we were saving people.
We were heroes.
Yeah,
we saved all those. We saved all those factory workers.
Yep, because there was something about a revolution going on.
Yeah,
Viva la revolution!
But apparently the pearl like absorbs magical elements or something. But like nobody's ever seen something similar to it.
And it doesn't reflect light or anything.
it goes into the machine, but that's all we know. All right.
All right. So, if you make your way into the woods, again, it's even though it's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock-ish, like it's still pretty dark. The cover of the trees makes it a pretty dark forest. There's no real like paths that you can tell in there. You can see from last time that there were like little areas where like carts and stuff have made, and they've like flattened the grass going a certain way. But that's really all that you've been able to see as far as a path.
Flattened or created ruts?
Created ruts.
Oh, damn it. Created ruts.
Those damn rats.
Ruts are the worst.
But yeah, you can tell that that's going a specific way. But other than that, it looks like it just hasn't. This forest is just an open forest.
Like how much time had passed since he ran off and that fight happened?
It's been probably about a half an hour.
Okay. So are we going like full speed towards this guy, or are we taking our time?
I mean, I'll just chase after him.
The whole
Robert
time.
Patrick Terminator 2 style?
Then just takes off like a helicopter.
Goes over the tree line. Like, where are you going,
too
Coden?
much.
All right, so if you all keep on going, roll for perception for me.
16.
7.
That's it. I didn't look.
14.
I thought it was a 16 as well, but that was his.
Perception. 11.
Okay, so this time you're the only one that hears it. You can kind of hear the faint sounds of something off to the right side of your all's trail that you've been tracking with these ruts. Just a very high-pitched light noise.
I'll start moving that direction.
Okay.
Towards it.
So you keep on walking into it, and as you get closer to it, you can hear that the sounds kind of stop, and it gets real silent in the forest. Except for that.
I think there's a snake.
Slippery, slippery snake.
So, as you're getting closer in there, you hear a rustling in the trees as some things kind of start jumping down from the trees. Put yourself on the map somewhere.
Jumping from the trees.
I'll be behind Coden.
And the elephant room.
I'm just in there somewhere. I'm tromping through. I'm in the woods. I ain't worried. Stomp, stomps. I'm an
You're
actual
you're like happy, like you're like flailing.
Since
around.
we're in the woods, do we hear a lot of singing? Just a thought. I mean,
Sure.
we see a random damsel went across with only one shoe.
Like, what the hell?
Maybe we're all just hallucinating.
Well, we're surrounded.
Alright.
That's less than optimal.
So,
Surrounded, or we can just attack in every direction.
do you want the positive or negative outlook? As you all are kind of walking through trying to see where that sound came from, these things jump down from the tree, and they all start to kind of surround you. Every single one of them looking like elves. One of them jumps down and kind of walks in front of you, and how many of you speak Elvish?
I'm relatively certain I do, but bear with me.
I do not.
Okay,
Elvish, indeed.
you do?
Indeed.
Okay.
Hold on, where is it listed?
Elvish, yes. Druidic, Dwarvish, Elvish, Sylvan, and Common.
What tab is that
Okay.
under?
I thought elves
Should be on the
didn't go
left-hand
in
side.
Oh, there we go. No.
Bum, bum, bum.
Do they by chance speak infernal?
No.
But you should
So-
talk to them like that anyway.
so, it's,
They look at you like, oh god.
so it's just the druids.
What about
Yeah.
What about thieves
Shocker.
can't?
No.
Oh.
So the one that jumps in front of you all, while of course he's an elf, so he kind of looks fairly dainty. He's got this silver hair that kind of goes down below the shoulder blades, tied back, with a bow attached to him. He's got a small little short sword that he's hanging like out to point at you all. And the two of you understand him and asking, "Who are you?"
Just want everyone to know I have my typical stance, just hands out.
The
so
Mexican
it-
standoff.
just like randomly moving it.
Like you
towards
just
different
walk with your guns out all the time?
Not all the time.
They're all
When it's needed.
I will say, in Elvish, we are the professionals.
I don't get what you're saying. We're the
in Infernal,
professionals.
we are
I'm
your
like,
death.
I'm like, my name is Tentor Rubel, but those who cross me call me Trouble.
between the difference, like the professionals and then this is he's just kind of like
The troubled professionals?
A burr?
What brings you into these haunted woods?
A druid needs no reason to be in the woods.
All right, Gandalf. Okay.
I just look over at him and like,
I look over at Cinderella. I'm like, are they talking?
I'll say
He seemed angry, but it was an elegant angry.
An elegant angry.
we're searching for some bad men.
Well, you certainly don't look like the others.
Bad boys.
You make me feel so good.
Oh, God.
It's gone this way.
So he looks at you all. You've got one tiefling. I'm assuming you look like just a normal human.
Yeah.
Yeah. An elephant and another human. So he kind of looks to his others that are kind of hovering around you. They kind of tense up. It's like, where are you heading?
Wherever the path takes us.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees.
My friend tells me that you had a bit of trouble at the front.
Nothing we couldn't handle.
And the little pixie kind of like floats up and starts like waving real fast at him and is like doing this number and like pointing at you all, and you don't hear it saying anything, but it's just like motioning towards him, and he's just looking at her as if he's understanding everything that she's pointing out. He's like, oh, yeah, okay. And he kind of looks back at you all and says in Elvish, it's like, she tells me that you all have done a good deed to us. You've killed men in my forest, but they're the ones that are taking shelter up at the ruins. So then I ask again, what are you doing here?
I guess we're headed to the ruins. If that's where the bad men are.
And what will you do when you reach there?
I'm just staring at
You're walking over there.
No, I'm just thinking violence.
I approve this answer.
You know, violence translates to every language, right?
Okay.
At this point, I just sit down because, like, it's like, all right.
I'm gonna go ahead and just.
He says in common at this point, says, I would suggest not heading up there in broad daylight. There are many of them, and you don't know these woods, I assume, like us.
Wait, now you talking common?
You don't know who your friends or foes are in this woods.
Oh, they can speak.
They? What do you mean they?
What do you mean?
Do I have pointy ears? No.
That's racist.
Since you all have done a good deed to us, I would be more than happy to keep you in our camp in the woods. They know not where we are. They won't bother us, but I can help you in any way that I can in knowledge of the ruins.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Okay. Pixie kind of like floats behind you all, looking at you, and just like goes in between, especially at you, and just kind of like tries to like lift up your trunk and everything, and is very curious about you in general.
Gonna withhold that comment. I'll pat her on the head with my trunk.
Boom! She's like, ah!
Very gentle. Yeah.
Okay. So it's about a 20-minute walk. They're very deep into the forest. There's like a small stream and whatnot. They have little like cabins that they have built into the trees that are inside of the actual like leaves of the tree, hidden from normal people. Yeah,
Village of the Hidden Leaf.
yeah. Let's
I have now dubbed this little camp the Village of the Hidden Leaf.
It is now known as the Village of the Hidden Leaf.
Perfect.
There we go.
We come into your lands and name your stuff.
That's right.
That's what we do.
It's the American way.
All right, so they take you into this, like I said, this thicker area to where their houses and things like that are kind of built into the trees. if it weren't for the fire that was in the middle that they had placing where they had food going and whatnot, you would never know that there were people actually living in this forest. As you all are kind of walking with him to the forest, the others are kind of hovered around you just in case. They do not understand common, so they have no idea what you all have agreed to. He has told you that you are friends, which you two know. But you can tell as you're walking that these people, the clothing that they wore at some point were actually very nice clothing.
Okay.
Like probably more of like a noble type of clothing. But since living in the forest like this has kind of been dirtied and ripped and things like that. So they have been out here for quite a while, but the amount of dirt and whatnot that they have has not come out over the years. But take you back. Everybody at the camp kind of tenses up seeing new people, especially two that don't look very human, which is what they're used to in these woods. But he assures them that you all are fine. He offers you food from the middle. They've got like rabbits and things like that they've cooked. Knowing that you two are druids, he has explained that they only take very little from the forest. They don't take what won't be able to handle. And kind of sits down by the fire and asks, do you have a plan?
Yes.
Coden's not big on plans.
And which one of you is Coden?
Yep.
Huh? What now?
Well, I would suggest at least knowing the layout of the ruins before you go, for it is a fairly large castle.
That's in ruins.
It may be in ruins, but there are multiple layers to the ruins.
Like an onion.
Okay.
Yes, human, like an onion.
Yes.
So
Very wise.
Very
Siobhan.
wise human.
Siobhan, being Siobhan, is going to say, my father told me that elves didn't come in these woods.
Perfect.
He kind of smiles, but it's one of those like forced smiles and says, says, your father is correct. Most people do not come into these woods, which makes it quite easy for us to survive in here.
Okay.
It's because the trees are rough.
Them trees, man. You ever seen Evil Dead? Them trees.
Damn trees, yo. Damn trees.
He kind of mentions that some elves think that it's bad luck to come back into these woods after losing our home. But we have no other place that we would rather be but home. So we have stayed behind to look after the forest. Unfortunately, that hasn't been the easiest of tasks with this new group.
What can you tell us about the new group? How long have they been here? What are they doing?
They've been here for well over 2 months. They take things to and from, metal pieces, many boxes. We have yet to be able to sneak
Many
into
boxes.
the ruins to see what are
Lots
inside
of boxes,
boxes.
or many boxes?
Both.
Oh.
Many. Mostly large.
Boxes, little boxes on the hillside.
Mostly
Full of
larger
ticky
boxes.
tack.
They've been using the old elven city as their base of operation, with the boxes going into the old castle. Although we know the ins and outs of the castle, we have not been able to sneak our way into it. There are many of them in the ruins. The whole while he's talking, the pixie is in the background just like singing away, making noises and stuff, playing.
I'll pick up a little rock, doing my magic infusions for like a light, similar color, I guess, of whatever she was, and you start like throwing it up in the air.
Yeah, she doesn't pay any attention to you.
That's upsetting. I'll turn it off.
Low perception.
So, go on.
I'll be like, so have you all ever made any attempt to take the city back? Since
Many
it's
of the people that have survived and have stayed behind are not of the fighting sort. I myself know how to fight, but I am one person. And I will not force my people into doing something that may get them killed.
Wise.
And the pixie walks away.
It's elvish. So, since you seem to be pretty knowledgeable of this ancient ruins, is there any way into it that you don't think they've discovered?
Pixie's saying very strange things in the background.
I swear I just heard the pixie say that she had lots of purple butter.
That's probably...
I heard purple poop, so I mean.
I heard. He mentions that there was an old, kind of like the elven made tunnel that came from the castle down into where the creek is. It has been years since it's been used, so he doesn't know if they have discovered that or not in the castle, but they have not seen anyone coming from that area for quite some time since they've been there. So he can only assume that they don't know about that, but otherwise, that's the only one that will get you into the castle without being in the city.
Do you know their numbers?
Many.
Many.
There are at least 20 of them to and from, and that's only counting who comes in and out of the building. They know that there are people in the buildings that are building whatever this machine is that they are bringing the pieces to. They don't know how many are actually in as far as those go.
Okay.
And he doesn't know if they're able to fight or not.
Just by chance, if you see a dragonborn walking around, he's with us.
Allegedly.
A dragonborn.
Just call him Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
I will warn you.
I'm a Lawrence of the underworld.
Oh my. Darkness fills my heart with pain. Most, if not all, of the individuals they have seen in the ruins have been human. So it would be best to try and blend in if you wish to take a more frontal approach.
We all just turn and look at
Bad humans need good smashing.
All right, Hulk.
I do not disagree with you, my friend. I am only stating that a non-human may look a little suspicious.
Do you think Tantor could fit through
Been
the
suspicious my entire
tunnel?
life.
That is
It's your
a
middle name, right?
great question.
Tantor suspicious Rubel.
No, he wouldn't fit.
I would say even the tallest of our elven brothers and sisters found it very rough to make their way into that tunnel when need be. So someone of a, no offense, larger stature,
Like 7 foot 400-pound elephant isn't gonna fit.
may have some issues.
Well, Shaza.
You can always split the party and do two groups. Things always
God, I love splitting the party.
Works out so well.
It seems like any time that it comes up, that is the option.
We do choose that option a bit too often.
But it always comes out.
It does. All right, so we know about the tunnel. We know that there's a lot of people.
Do the other group know about this camp?
For the times that those of us who are willing to fight have gone out to investigate, they know of us, but they think of us as ghosts.
Nice.
I just lean over. I think they are ghosts.
Really?
Try and touch one, and it's just,
I bet if you go to touch one, your hand will go right through it.
it just looks down at the hand like, "We're doing."
Are any of them close enough for Siobhan to reach out?
Oh yeah, I mean, y'all are sitting around a fire.
Siobhan's going to just tentatively reach out and try to touch one on the arm.
So you have some of them that are sitting around the fire. They, of course, like, they're just there to protect their leader.
Yeah.
They have no idea what you all are saying because it's all in common. So next thing you know, they're all like watching intently on him and like who he's talking to. And you reach out and touch one of them. They're like, jump real quick, and they're like ready to like pounce or do something. It's like you feel a solid arm though when you touch them.
I don't think they're ghosts.
They might be undead.
Poor Siobhan.
So about how long do you think it takes to travel through the tunnel?
The tunnel is about 1.5 miles long.
And oh shit.
Mm.
Do you know where it comes out inside the castle keep ruins?
So he'll draw out something for you.
Since it
on the
was your
ground.
ancestral home.
We assume.
Yeah.
You assume.
Does it come
As
up
soon
through-
as you get them there, they're just like, we've finally taken over the land.
Revolution!
Viva la revolution!
Does it come up through a toilet or
The elves were you bad guys all along.
Thank you for saving our home that we never had. He will kind of draw it out.
That is a good question. Does it come out in the latrine? Because
He tells you it does not come out of the latrine. It's kind of down in the dungeon of the castle. Where the Feywoods is on here. You will see there's a little line that kind of goes up this way. So it goes into the castle. It's a pretty, like I said, 1.5 miles distance from like the nearest body of water, if you'd like to see that. But it does go into the castle. It's kind of a hidden area that starts in the dungeon and works its way up to the courtroom of the castle. There is a hidden doorway, Zelda style, behind the throne. That was for safe passage for if things went awry in the castle. Like
which
it did.
apparently they did.
The other group, do they all wear the same garb? Or is it just kind of...
They don't have a uniform as such. They do have the same pendant from what we have seen on all of them, which we have been able to steal a couple of them.
Oh, really?
It's a hand that is kind of next to the blade of a dagger and the shape like a heart kind of holding where the dagger is.
Do you see many women in this group, or is it all men?
For the most part, it is men. We have seen a couple of women come in and out of the castle, but they never leave the grounds. We can only assume that they may be one of the workers there. But for the ones that go to and from the dock, it has always been men. Human men.
I described the guy that we saw that ran off to him. Does he seem to be the one in charge?
Is he the captain?
Is he the captain?
He is the one in charge, and I suggest staying out of his sight as much as possible. It's like his blade is a sharp one, and his skills are just as sharp.
So,
You know, we've never asked this guy's name. We've been with him for hours.
He's just an elf with a bow.
Elfie Elfington.
Come from a long line of Elfingtons. I am the elfiest of them all.
I'm gonna need one of you to call him that in character.
Elfington.
I mean, we don't really know how to talk to him, so
So listen here, Elfie. It's like my name's not Elfie.
it is now.
Well, Jimothy wasn't Jimothy either.
That's true.
my name's Elfo.
So I could shapeshift into the guy that was sitting at the campfire when we first got here, and wear one of those pendants.
Give Coden one.
Yeah.
And we could sneak in the tunnel
Well, he can't.
in that form.
That's true. He could be a mouse.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I just got done saying that I wasn't going to abuse my mousiness. But or
You could go
or
an hour and a half
we could,
in a mile.
We could
Or a mile and a half in an hour.
Can't you just burn an additional spell slot to keep it going?
I don't know because it doesn't have anything to do with spell slots.
Oh, okay. I thought it did.
You could definitely
Or you
cover a
all
mile and a half-
you
half
all
an
go
hour.
on, you all go and we're like, all right, at a certain time, and like watch the time. You all go through the tunnel, and then as you all are gonna come up, the elephant approaches the front of the like everybody.
Then we'll executioner style this.
Okay.
I'm just distraction. Elephant tent distraction.
And as has worked for Mike and I before, you could be a prisoner.
Or that could work too.
Because
Look, we caught the elves trying to. The elves were trying to bring in
That
some
Elfie
help.
yeah,
The Elfie Elfington.
Elfie Elfington would do something like that.
Oh no.
Mike and I have made that work before. Too bad we don't have the great convincer with us.
That guy was pretty cool on the boat, though.
We'll be like Chewbacca going into the Death Star.
Oh my god.
Just put the cuffs on. No.
Well, it sounds as if you all are pretty confident in your
Well, if you're going to
ability.
take him in as a prisoner, am I sneaking up through the...
I think you're going through the... We're
Can't
splitting the
sneak.
party.
I have disadvantage.
Aw,
on sneak,
yeah.
So,
Oh, you definitely don't want me sneaking. Just as a. I mean, again, I did make my lowest.
coming.
I mean, as a druid, I'm also you also use dexterity. No, I made my lowest score dexterity because I'm an elephant.
makes sense.
But you could be a nimble elf.
I am not a nimble elephant.
Starts rolling
Dex
away.
is one of my mid scores.
Yeah, absolute lowest score. I have a negative in dexterity.
My highest score is Constitution, and my next highest is Charisma.
Beautiful.
I tried to make it, like obviously elephant, high constitution. An elephant never forgets, like good intelligence and wisdom.
Yeah.
Good lord.
I tried to make this like on character.
Right.
Like you Googled, like, if an elephant was a D&D character, what would his scores be?
So he kind of nods to you all, says it sounds like you all have a decent idea of what you plan to do.
Notice he didn't use the word plan. He just said idea.
Yeah.
Do you all
Probably a good way to differentiate that.
do you all want to do this in the middle of the day? You are more than welcome to stay here.
Master Alphington?
He just kind of looks at you all, not understanding that is
That's
directed to him. And then he realizes that no one's saying anything. He's like, is that me?
Yes, Master Alphington.
That's what you told us your name was, wasn't it?
Master Alphington, we would like to do this around sundown. And if we can get some of those pendants from you.
I am deeply sorry that I have yet to tell you my name. It has not come up in our conversation.
It's quite all right, Elfington.
Elfie. Can we call you Elfie for short?
Sure.
Okay, Elfie.
Senior Elfington.
Lord Elfington.
Ooh, he just got promoted.
If you wish to use my real name, you may call me Aniston. Otherwise,
Elfinston.
Elfie Elfington is...
Aniston Elfington? Who named you that? That's like... No, your parents must have hated you.
Not being used to people other than the people in the camp, he's taking you incredibly seriously. He's like, my family didn't name me Elfington. That's not my last name.
What?
You look like an Elfington.
But that's what you told us your name was Elfington.
He's an elephant. He doesn't forget.
If that makes it easier for you, then you may call me Elfington, but that is not my name. Have
Thank
you
you,
met
Master
Elfingtons?
Okay, Arlington.
Just call him Elmo.
Arlington. Aniston Arlington.
Aniston Arlington.
Hey.
Do you have a sister named Jennifer?
It was probably his mom.
Ah, makes sense.
I am an only child, and my mother. Let us not get into family business here. We're a little off topic.
I think you all embarrassed him.
Coden,
I'm sorry.
Coding and family business are a touchy subject.
I have a lot of business.
Family business.
That's why we're here. It's like family ties.
If you all wish to do it for sundown, then you are more than welcome to stay here. We have no weapons to speak of. We use the wood of the trees and whatnot to use for our bows and arrows. But sit, rest. Any questions of the castle or the woods, I will do as best I can. Otherwise, we wait till sundown. He kind of walks you through the forest to a little bit further up the stream, where there is a kind of area of sorts that looks like it's a bridge.
Do we have time for a long rest since we're waiting until evening?
So by the time you all get to the
And how long
camp,
does Domino's say?
They took it out of the oven like an hour ago.
What the hell?
your pizza's lost. I know Bridget wouldn't
It's
do
in
it, but she took
quality
the
check
pizza.
stage, so they're licking it and testing it and making sure.
Ah, gross.
Because I just thought about that. I'm like, man, you ordered that a while ago.
I was about to say it's like
Oh,
Siobhan's going to rest.
okay. You would have had enough time between like
Oh, so we've had a long rest.
where you are.
Well, I was the only one that took damage in that last fight.
Oh no, I got smacked around a little bit.
Hey, I used my weapon, okay? Like, it takes a little bit of energy, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you all are have more than enough time to do it.
I got flanked, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Once you all have finished your long rest and you are ready to go, he will take you to the creek where there is a bridge. Underneath the bridge, there is a very small...
There's a troll. Oh, shit.
yes.
Remember,
By the troll.
remember, they regenerate unless you use fire.
Well, if he touches me, that's my one opportunity to fire him.
There is a small hole. He is able to like crouch and get into the hole. The rest of you would have to crouch to get in there. He kind of looks at you and
I look at that and I'm like, ain't no way.
he looks at you and says, "Do you wish to go through here as well? Because I can tell you it's probably not.
Because you're all
to
going in the
work."
front door, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I crouch get him like, so what's the plan?
I'm going to shapeshift into the guy that was at the.
Okay.
That's it.
And you all are going to go through the front. Which one of you are going through the front?
I think Coden
You
and
three.
I were.
I think I'm going as a prisoner.
Okay, so then you're the only one that's hitting that.
Yeah, as I'm getting him like, wait, what's the plan? What's the code word this time?
Hey, you guys.
Hey.
Hey, you guys.
So I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, this is a great plan.
So he'll lead
So, like,
you.
are we eliminating everybody or sabotaging or.
Well, I figure when we bring the prisoner, they're probably going to take us to the throne room. You make your way up there, and then we'll improvise.
Great
yes.
plan. As I'm murmuring.
Good old improv.
As I'm murmuring infernal,
I
we're
think-
all gonna die.
I think that we're murdering people.
He warns you, since you're going to be going in the low way.
Then again, don't we own this now? So why are we even sneaking in? We're just like, we could walk up and be like, hey, I own you.
We already tried that.
Oh, okay.
The guy that's like the leader of the camp doesn't like new faces, and so did not believe you all whenever he said that it was new family business.
Oh, okay. So we kill him, and then we make an example, and then everyone else is like, oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah. And then I show them the deed that was signed.
But we need you to be a prisoner to get to that guy so we can make an example of him.
All right, then that's good.
Okay. So he'll warn you, since you're going down into the depths, like it will come out in the dungeon area. It is a hidden area in the dungeon. You will not be seen. It takes it up to the throne room, which we have not been able to go in and see what kind of things you will see in there. But from what I can tell you from remembering, it is the throne room. That should be behind the throne area, Where that comes out at, I don't know if you'll have cover or not at this point.
I'll improvise.
But he will tell you if you hear anything of the leader, I suggest running the other way. For alone, you probably will not be able to take him. Sojiro is the name of the leader.
Sojiro?
Sojiro. And you might want to check your notes on that.
How do you spell the name again?
Sojiro. I believe that's the name that I gave him on the list because it's changed a couple of times.
Say that name again.
Sojiro? It's like the hyenas off of
Yeah.
Mufasa.
Who's this guy?
He is the leader.
Forest bandits.
He has taken out many elves in his time, and I suggest not going one-on-one with him.
Clarification on what I have. Have I met him?
No.
Well, because there's just the one line that you have in here.
You have never. He has.
Okay. Okay.
He
That's why I
has
just
been,
needed clarification on.
He has been kind of in the shadows for quite a while.
Okay.
But you have heard stories.
Okay. I just murmur under my breath and in front of him. Oh, fuck.
I don't know if that's on yours or not.
No, that name.
Okay.
is not.
And you would have no clue.
Yeah.
You were born on a little farm inside of Ash Hill. Quite innocent. Oh, so innocent. So he'll lead her to...
Everybody has secret messages?
Well, you won't know who it is either from where you grew up.
Oh,
So-
absolutely not. I don't even know. I mean, I don't even know where I came from.
Oh, you said you came from New Harmony somewhere.
I did.
Mhm.
I did. From the church. But I don't know where I came from before I was dropped off in
Oh.
New Harmony.
I got you. Okay. So yeah, she would be the only one that actually would like know
Bump
that
up
name.
against something?
I don't know. I think it just said, get this fat ass off me.
So
These were from a wrestling event. They make those to withstand some pretty big people.
I would say so, the
And
way that
it-
they use. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll lead her to that, kind of warn you about where to go. The rest of you, he will take you around to where the front is.
So as we are, as we're walking up, as we make it up there, I do, like as I'm like locked up, I kind of like elbow out and touch both these guys and hit them with emboldening bond.
Okay.
What does that do?
Basically, for 10 minutes, you're blessed.
Nice.
Hashtag blessed.
Plus 3 to 1 skill.
No, so whenever it's a attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, you add a D4.
Oh, nice.
So for you all, he'll be taking you to the front here.
Okay.
He is not going to approach with you.
Obviously.
He is just going to kind of lay back into the forest and let you all do whatever it is that you plan on doing.
All right.
The throne.
Hey,
Watch the throne.
Pixie came with you all.
Oh,
Keep me coming in the tunnel.
Now for you, you're going to be in the basement. Yeah, so right where that throne is, you're going to be coming up like right behind that. The pixie's kind of pretending that she is fighting with you all, like in the battle to come.
All right.
Yeah, no, she's in there.
So he kind of looks back at the pixie. He's like, shh. Yes, we know.
Like, I can't understand it because it's in probably like Elvish or Pixie or whatever. It's like,
What do pixies speak?
Sylvan?
Pixanese.
Yeah.
Is it Sylvan?
I think.
Then I can understand her.
Then you can translate what that is.
Gibberish.
It's gibberish.
Something about a Peter Pan in a shadow.
And it's been is just like taken by this display of very rare speaking for the pixie.
Pixie stick.
Her name is Pixie Stick.
Nice. I like that.
Yep, her name is Pixie Stick now.
Officially.
Like a stick is in it, spelled like STIX on it.
Yeah,
I have lots of fun stuff you can do with it.
she's telling you what you can do in that castle.
All right, so we are emboldening bonded.
You are emboldening bonded.
I guess I should take the elven people off the map.
You're basically just, you have a 10-minute long bless.
That was actually me.
That's what I thought. It's like, hold up, that's not a...
Until I get a Siobhan mini.
I like how Anderson's a
I guess it's not on everything. It's once per turn. So,
Once per turn.
yeah.
And Zadriel's not there.
Nope.
Which one is which?
She's the redhead.
Redhead.
I'm over here somewhere.
Okay. So, as you all are approaching, the city itself does not have anything around it like a walls or anything like that. It is a very open area. It's an old elven town. No one is really out on the streets in the elven town at this time of night. They all have basically gone into the homes that they've taken over. The buildings themselves don't seem to be they're overgrown, of course, of nobody taking care of them, but they actually look like they are in one piece.
Okay.
It's a fairly large city. This was the main like capital city for the elves. So it's a fairly long walk up to it. But all the houses and things like that, you see some candles and things in them where people have kind of taken into them and use them as their home. But otherwise, it's a very empty street. The closer you get to the castle, on the other hand, which is kind of a ways like up a hill in the distance, the castle, on the other hand, has had some rough patches. There are some holes in the walls on the second floor and things of that nature. It looks like there was a fairly large battle that went here. There's a lot of rubble on the sides and things like that, but it is still standing. It is a functional castle of sorts. In the front, you do see that there are two little areas. There are lanterns that are up there. They've got people that are sitting up at the two little areas up there with the wooden door in the front. And Aniston looks at you all and says, "I've gotten you this far. I dare not go in there."
Thank you, Master Alphington.
No problems, little one.
Well done, Elfo. Well done.
Elfo.
I don't remember him getting us here.
I don't either. I thought we just showed up.
I thought we just did this.
Maybe he thinks we need a babysitter.
Maybe.
By the way, for him, you can see that he is dressed a little bit more, as they say, to the nines.
Okay.
He does have some things of like one little thing that he has. It's like a family crest, like that's holding up a little cape that he wears around himself, but he has more leather armor on and seems to be a little bit more equipped for fighting, if you will. So,
All right, well, I guess we'll approach the lanterns with Tantor in tow.
so as you get closer to the front there, you can see that there are like two figures, one on each side of the lanterns that are kind of up there, keeping watch. And it's very difficult not to see the elephant walking up to the front of the door. And the one with the glowing sword here on the left kind of looks down at you all and is like, hey, what is this?
It's a prisoner. What do you ask such stupid questions for? Like, what do you think? What do you think? Would people just walk up here with someone bound in ropes and, like, there's not a reason for it? Like, what is this?
Performance, please, sir.
Oh, gosh, I don't know how I am with that one.
Or charisma base.
13. Oh, wait, I can use my, hold on, I can.
Oh, yeah, you get a plus
Yeah, I get an
D4.
additional D4, hold on. 16. Better, not great, but better.
Definitely better.
So while he's doing that, I'm obviously trying to look like as angry as possible because I've been captured.
Glowering.
And I try to like struggle while he's doing that, and then he can yank back.
Oh, these chains are so tight.
Oh yeah, it's a 21 on my performance.
Show off.
They are terrified of the big elephant. It seems to be restrained, but
He's
could
like
snap at any
community
moment.
theater. You're Broadway.
Valid.
That's a nice little way to put it. So the two of them are kind of like standing up there. They hear him. They're just kind of like, yeah, okay, it's whatever. And then they see you struggling and making noises and stuff. And they're just kind of like, oh, you need to keep that thing in check.
Yeah, I know. Open the door. Like, how long do you think I can hold this guy? Do I look big to you? No.
I like how you were like the leader of the group as the person that you're taking. Like,
Right.
but this guy's like, elephant now.
We gotta go.
So they both start pulling a chain and the door starts opening up. You're able to make your way into it. Kind of zoom out here to let you see what it's like. But when they enter you in, there's like the big courtyard, of course, like for castles. To the left and to the right takes you around the castle itself. You can see a bunch of like empty boxes and stuff that they've taken and just kind of thrown off to the side. They make a little campfire that you can see kind of glowing over here with those boxes that are empty. Some of them that are sitting there still have the little sigil that you saw in the warehouse from your uncle's warehouse. There are steps going up into the castle itself. There are two guys that are just kind of sitting there, but not really paying close attention. They're just kind of sitting on the edge of the stairs and munching on some day old bread. And when they kind of look up to see you all walking through the door, one of them stops eating and just kind of looks up, is like, "Who's that one?"
Prisoner. Taking him to the boss.
Something the elfos had back there, you know. Some new secret weapon. Oh.
Did you see the elves? Are they real?
Yes.
I mean, have you met Santa?
What is Santa?
You
Well, you
should
look
tell
like you believe in Santa.
should tell them they're like undead.
It's like they kind of talk to each other.
They're undead. The elves.
Fucking knew it, mate. I told you. It's like the other guy's just like, oh my God. It's like, I told you that they were out there. I hear them at night.
Siobhan believes that.
Yes, Siobhan believes it.
They're doing all that, and I'm trying to like now reach out with my trunk to like snap at one of them.
They kind of like sit back. They're like now scared knowing that these things are real in the woods. And now this thing came from there. They're like, take him. They got to like open the door and they back away from the door. Just like what they think is a nice distance away from the elephant man.
Yeah.
And they kind of
Struggle and stomp over one of them as I'm walking past.
So they kind of open up the doors and they are just like down on the ground, just kind of like looking up at this thing. And he's like talking between. He's like, I told you they were real. I'm not stupid. I heard them. Just like, what is that thing? And they takes you in. And it's like as soon as you walk in, there's still some remnants of like an elven kingdom that you all would recognize as an elven kingdom have long since been torn to pieces. Like a lot of furniture is kind of like placed off to one side so that they have an open area and whatnot. You can see that for the most part, this little area here is empty, minus just a couple of like bits of trash and furniture that's been kind of thrown around. There is a large wooden door in front of you. And then there are going the wrong way, going this way. The hallway that is completely empty, stairway going down, and a stairway going up. Right here. Otherwise, there are no other doors but this one right here. Going up and then that makes it go right on here is kind of confusing. Yeah. So.
I presume that's still where we're going.
Yeah.
The dungeon or
No, towards the throne room.
throne room? Okay. So.
Because I assume the boss is going to be in the throne. You know, I could be totally wrong, but
Hanging out in the dungeon.
What I would assume.
Sup, guys? New guy. That's cool. All right. So, are you going to knock, or are you just going right in?
Just going right in.
Okay.
All right.
So, I will zoom.
Why would you knock? I mean, We're supposed to be here, right?
Right. So the boss saw you at the ship.
Lost a hand.
So as soon as the boss sees us, this gig's gonna be up.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything I can fix that with.
So FYI, there is a sword in his other hand,
Stand behind the elephant.
but his other hand.
Look down.
He didn't see you, so we'll like line.
I look like the guy.
Yeah, so we'll do a line on it. Like
Okay,
go in
yeah.
front.
Then
And toward.
than you.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
That way it looks like we got him in a, in a
Yeah.
defensive position.
Right. What happened there?
He's in a
little
chain
guy?
gang.
He lost a hand in battle on the way here, but the other hand had a sword. So,
Okay.
so you make your way in. What used to be a throne room now is just like in disarray. So a couple of these have been knocked out, the pillars. The rest of them do kind of stand there. This room has basically been turned into a massive like storage and machinery room.
Okay.
This is the biggest place in the castle and the sturdiest room. So they have placed the machine itself inside of this building, which is going to be off to this side here.
Okay. Machine's over there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And all the extra boxes with pieces in it and things like that are off to the right of it over here. Okay. There are little workplaces and things like that that are over here in this area where there's tables set up. There's a bunch of machinery and stuff that you can tell is kind of like to put things together and like meld things and things like that. This late at night, there's only about 3 of them over there working.
Okay.
And they're working on smaller bits and pieces.
The boss is by the machine.
He's a working boss.
Or somebody's by the machine.
Yeah, or he's
It's not-
supervising.
I assume it's the boss.
I'm here for your performance review.
It's a lot of dudes.
Should have brought the elves.
Okay, so when you walk in, you've got some of those people that are kind of working on the at the tables themselves. They look like they're ready to drop dead. They've been working like all night, but they're very close to their work, just kind of handling whatever it is on the tables. On the other side, the machine itself is fairly large. Like it's a good like 10, 11 feet tall. Pretty wide. It kind of takes up most of the room that's over there. But you see a couple of guys that are looking at it with the man that you saw out in the woods before, kind of looking over paperwork and things like that. And then you've also got the 2 that are by the door that are watching the people working.
Okay.
So as you all walk in the door, they're kind of lazily just kind of leaning up against the wall. Nothing ever really happens here that they have to get up and move. So as soon as they see you all coming in, dragging this big monster, they immediately stand up and they're like, evening, sir. And they look at you.
Evening. Here to see the boss. Got a prisoner.
It's on the other side there. Is that thing safe?
Not exactly.
Rabid elephant. It's like, carry on then.
So we are actually like single file now, because we're trying to hide Coden's face.
Yep.
And I guess I'll approach the boss
Okay.
and say, "Sir, we dealt with those people at the docks, but we found this one hiding in the ship."
Kind of turned around, a little annoyed that someone's interrupting him. And he kind of looks at the elephant and is like, how the hell do you hide that thing on a ship?
It was down in the hold. think they meant him as a weapon.
I assume you killed them all.
Yes, sir.
Take it down to the dungeon, then we'll see what use he could be. He doesn't get close to it.
Okay.
He doesn't want to come near that thing.
I don't blame him.
He kind of turns back and starts looking at his paperwork, things like that, assuming that you know where to go with the prisoner.
Yeah.
So does the secret passage only lead to behind the throne?
Yes.
How high are the ceilings in here?
They're a good like 20 feet up.
Oh, all right.
What?
I'm just wondering.
Shenanigans later.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Possible shenanigans.
May ensue.
Tomfoolery.
What did I name
How far has Zadriel made it through the...
Yeah.
him? By that time, you would have been up there.
Like, can I hear through the walls?
Yeah.
You are the walls.
Have I figured out the mechanism to open this yet?
So,
Or is there an instruction? It's probably in Elvish. It's like, shit, I can't read this.
no, so on your side of things, it would just be like you can clearly see that it is a door that like moves from side to side.
I'm like gazing over towards the throne, trying to see if I can see Zadriel or anything, or any indication that she's made it up.
Okay.
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for a code word.
So you do hear the voices and whatnot on the other side.
So it's been a while though. Like she would probably figure that Zadriel had made her way.
Yeah, so like by the time you all got up to the castle, you know that she would have already made her way like to the door for the dungeon. And by the time you get up in there, you can almost be certain that she is back
Just
that
like
way.
sitting
All
with
right,
my
you know
back
what?
up against the wall, flipping
F
a
it.
coin.
Siobhan will yell, "Hey, you guys!"
I will use that as the time to summon my cannon, and it will be walking on the ground behind me.
I can just see the bad guy turn around like,
Yeah, the bad guy's kind of like looking at his papers, and like as you're yelling that out, he's slowly turning like, "What the are you doing?" And like the people at the table are just kind of looking up, like scared, like, "What is going on right now?" Like I don't understand. And he just kind of like walks close to you, and he gets up in your face. He's like, "What are you doing?"
I would like to, as the guys start coming around the side, just look at the team. Like, hey.
Hey, you guys.
when he gets in my face, I'd like to take my staff and whack him across the side of the head.
So wait, are they still where they're at? Because you said he wasn't coming close. Where
She
are they?
said when I yelled, he came in.
Yeah. So
Okay.
now that she's changed her mind, instead of wanting to yell that, like you all are still standing.
Well, so
Nah,
I'm preparing as soon as he yells, "Hey, you guys!"
Well, no, I yelled, "Hey, you guys!" You said he came and got in my face. And
Yeah.
when he gets in my face, I want to whack
Yeah,
him with
yeah. So move up a little closer, like for you all. Okay, we'll be good. So you're gonna have to roll for that, and for
Yeah, I know.
you, what were you doing?
I want to prepare a spike growth.
So I can use that bond on my attack roll, right?
Yes.
Could you?
When he yells, "Hey, you guys!" I'm like preparing to cast spike growth as soon as we start acting.
Okay, I'm gonna hold off on using that +4 because I rolled a 17 to hit.
No. It's for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
you
we
get
just
to
had
use
it.
it.
But I only get to use it once a turn. Well, this is. Oh, yeah. Well, hang on. Never mind then. So 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hit.
All right. Unfortunately, actually, it's 22 because I got a +1. But regardless, 1d6 minus 1. So I do a whopping 1 damage.
Yes, man.
EI and Ethan, but I don't know.
Pixie is not very happy about it right now.
Ethan.
I know it's a bad plan.
But-
It's a very bad plan.
It's terrible plan.
Terrible plan.
But it'll work out.
Or it'll be a total party wipe.
Yeah, or total party wipe.
So you smack him up against the face,
Yeah.
and he immediately just like slowly looks back at you, and it's just like, elephant or no, roll for initiative.
He says that? That's kind of awkward.
Roll for initiative. Taking 1 damage.
He's not going to like this.
My initiative is 3.
So you smack him.
21.
Nice.
8. What? And that's with a +6.
I have a -1 and I got a 16. I
Oh,
looked
do I
like
get
I
it?
was going to get a 1.
Can I use the D4 on that? That's not really an ability check.
Well, so if you have, I know whatever it is at the end, like the 9th level spell that gives you advantage on like everything.
Mm-hmm.
It does
Feast?
apply, huh?
Feast?
No. There's a 9th level spell that gives you like
got a
advantage
3?
on like everything. It's
So I whacked him and I was like
8.
immediately like that was a bad idea. I should not have done that.
Just sitting there is like as the like old guard, like
After you
I
like
should not
hit
have
him,
done that.
it does
I
that
should
freeze frame.
not have done
Now, how did I get into this situation?
you made me wonder.
That's the doors going open.
All right, what did you get, Alex?
16.
Like 20 something.
21.
What do I get?
2. Dude on the left over there.
Nothing. What are you doing?
We're going to do the initial popping. Going to be 15 to hit
Yeah, that'll do.
for 9 piercing.
Drop it over here.
And then we're going to do the next one. The little gun. It's going to be a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
And we'll just roll
We're gonna put them in.
for 6 force damage, and I will push him back 5 feet.
Oh, wait, did I get to cast my spike growth?
Go for it.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah, no, that would have been with his little sword.
it's a 20-foot radius. So I want to put it back here because I don't want to hit us in the front. So basically, goes back here, and then it's basically going to hit most of these guys. So I need a have something to show
Mark?
just a marker for.
Here, use one of my dice.
I just need a die. Yeah.
There you go.
For a spike growth.
And that makes it difficult terrain, right?
It makes it difficult terrain, and when he moves, when you move, every 5 foot of movement is 2d4 damage,
It's not mine.
and you just pushed him 5 feet.
The guy over there.
Huh?
That guy over there.
Oh, that guy on that side.
Mm-hmm. He's my target. He looked at me dirty.
No, that's my tail.
Zindril is discussing things with the pixie.
I know, it's a really bad idea. We'll just put this.
Not even knowing what she's saying, it's like, look, I know.
I know. Trust me.
She knows what's going on. She's wise beyond her years.
What you gonna eat?
All right, where are we at?
Well, I already ate.
All right, so I put down your
Yeah,
damage. So
and
is there anything else you want to do?
Oh, they
Yeah.
eating waffles.
All right, so then if that is the case, then I
No, domino.
believe it is me. Let me put it in
Domino's
the
have
actual order.
pepperoni.
Yep.
Pepperoni.
All right, so it is
What's
me.
in there?
So, what does your thing do, Alex?
It makes it difficult terrain. So basically, everything costs double movement inside of it, and then for every 5 foot of movement that somebody makes inside of it, they take 2d4 damage.
And how large is that?
It's a 20-foot radius.
So everybody basically in front of that die on my end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody pretty much over here, except for this person, and pretty much everybody over there. It stops at It stops right in front of Patrick.
You mean Nathan?
I mean, not Patrick. Patrick's back here.
Yeah, I'm way back.
Nathan.
That sucks.
Not for us.
Well, no, not for you.
Well, in a minute for me.
20, 10, 10. Those two get 2d4.
No, they don't. They're outside.
Oh, okay.
But if they move, they get it.
Yeah, well, they're not gonna know until they get hurt. So 10. Ow.
That's 2d4.
I know what to get the purple ones.
The workers are getting in on it? Damn.
Okay.
They kind of got drawn.
The one in the purple hat took 4.
Okay. 2 over there by the tables moved as well.
Armor guy took 5.
Not that dice.
Dwarven hammer guy took 6.
Is that Amber's dice?
I think so.
Did you call me by my name?
Did.
Ha! I'm no longer a basement person.
I've upgraded.
Okay.
And how long does that last?
Till they die.
10 minutes.
So, yes.
Till they die.
A while.
Okay then. So
Does it make it well known that that is out? Like, does it do some kind of effect so it's like, I ain't walking out?
I think you see
the
like,
ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns.
Okay.
There it
So it
becomes
would be
different.
like, yeah, I'm not going there.
yeah, so those 2 moved and the rest of them were like, I ain't moving that stuff. So they've all just kind of sat back, but you do have the 3 in front here that are able to attack. So they are going to attack. The one with the flaming sword is going to attack you.
Okay.
The other one is going to attack you.
I figured.
So they get a multi-attack with a dagger. So the flaming sword guy is 21 to hit. Okay. Is 2, so that's 3. Then mace dude goes for you.
Sean.
Yep. That is a 3 plus 4, so 7.
No, that's not going to hit.
Cool. And then Soldier Boy.
Dropped his sword.
He drops his sword in front of us.
That soldier
Is
boy
gonna
or
Superman.
soldier?
Ooh, that's a good question.
He beat me too.
Yeah.
He's going to Superman. it.
boy up in the watch me roll.
He is going to go for you.
Yeah, I figured.
Apparently he like sucks. That's
Soldier
an 8.
boy does.
That's true.
That misses.
Cool. The rest of them just kind of stand and look down at the stuff, try and knock it away with their swords to no avail. And then it goes to Alex.
He got an opportunity attack.
Okay.
I'm playing with you.
You are good. You'll help.
I will help you.
You will help me. Okay.
That is the 3rd 3 in a row.
Wow.
7.
I'm going to guess that misses Tantor.
Yeah, it misses. The other guy gets one too.
Guy.
So let's use a different one. 9, 10,
Yes.
whatever.
I'm gonna roll to hit. Boss guy. I think.
He's the one that's missing a hand in the front.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll to hit boss guy.
Okay.
There it is. 16.
Yeah.
For 3 damage.
Thorn.
Whoop. And then I drag him 10 feet.
Is he still within 15 feet of me?
And he takes 13 more damage off of the spike growth.
You know, I don't like you.
Is he still within what?
15 feet of me.
He's exactly 15 feet away from you.
Cool.
All right, is that it for you?
That's it.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Patrick.
I guess I pushed the mechanism to open the door.
Okay.
Is it really loud?
Roll for stealth. See if you oil that baby up beforehand.
Drop that in there. Just roll it. Drop it in there.
Go, pixie stick.
21.
I think everybody heard you, Patrick. Even with all the commotion.
If it was
So,
22, it would just went out.
Oh, thanks.
So you push on that thing,
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell
I don't.
if you go too fast,
Zell.
it's going to make a lot of noise. So you quietly push that thing, and you are able to slip right on through without anybody understanding that you're in.
And I just go. I sit on the throne
No, because the gas.
and proceed to yell,
I'll send you something.
"Hey, Sanjo, it's me you want." As I'm just sitting there on the throne.
Is it me you're
Looking for. Why did we just not all play bards?
That's the whole
did.
group of
That's a good
bards.
question.
I fling a dagger.
That would be great. We just all choose different races, but we all play
Dagger
bards.
throw.
Okay.
And the name of group will be whatever the band name is. Each character must have a different instrument. Except they're not actual instruments; they're air instruments.
Do you have a dice?
Fight the pixie as you're trying to.
Nope, I'm throwing it.
Pixie's like, I want to fight. I want to fight. Can't you throwing your dice? Like, what are you talking about?
What dice?
25 hit.
When I used to play, I throw them in there. Don't get my dice.
My choice.
I need to
Don't
deep.
The whole time the pixie's just
We
fighting.
need to stay together.
I'm sitting there trying to throw a dice. Or throwing knife. No,
dice?
I'm throwing it.
Dice in there. Dice.
Here, drop that in there.
Watch her like
Yeah.
kill the main
Crit.
boss. Yeah.
Oh, here, drop it. Drop it. It doesn't count. Drop it so it doesn't fall out. So 1.
As the tiefling and the pixie try to defeat the main bad guy.
5 normal damage. And
So that's going to
3 sneak attack damage, so 7 damage.
be. I need
With a
more
dagger
dice.
to Sanjo.
I don't have any more. I need more dice. Because I don't have any more.
And I'm done.
I need them.
So
Because I see the floor's lava, and I'm not going in it.
cool. Is that the name that I put on your paper? Because I've changed it 3 times.
What, Sanjo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Is it still Sanjo, or did I just yell out a name?
No. It's like I said, this book that I have of all my lore
Yeah.
was the first thing I wrote, and then I wrote your all's thing, and then I wrote in the blue book what the actual like campaign was going to be. So the names have changed multiple
Okay.
times. So Sanjo is his name. We're gonna go with that one since it's like officially on the cheat paper.
Sancho.
Sanjo. Sanjo.
Sanjo.
Sanjovi.
Sanjovi. San Bon Jovi.
So at the
Son
mention
Goku?
of his name, he starts to turn, but as he's turning, like he gets your dagger straight in his like shoulder, and he goes back and immediately looks up at you, and you're trying to look menacing, and this pixie's just like, right? You're like, God dang it! So he immediately.
Hey, listen.
That was awesome.
Oh, man.
Immediately, Sanjo just feels this inner rage of like, oh,
Is this a new dice?
Flashbacks.
that sound.
Hey.
Hello. Hey.
I don't have more dice. Hey, listen. I need
Over
dice.
here. What's up?
Dice.
Yes.
That's just like.
Well, those are enough for now.
So immediately, like he turns around and faces her,
I don't have
and
more.
you all are no
I need
longer
more.
like in the picture for
I need
him.
more.
And if that is all that you do,
Okay, I will cast Thunderwave.
Good call.
okay,
So, all creatures within a 15-foot cube of me must roll a Constitution 10 save.
3, 4. So at 10.
22.
Oh, were you within 15 feet? Ah, sorry.
Don't
My
bother me.
Well, I know your turn is my turn.
Oh.
So these are going to be the 2 guys that are next to you all.
Is it half damage if it
I
Yeah,
need this.
What was it have to be?
10?
Constitution 10.
One definitely does.
It has purple
Save.
glitter inside.
Yeah, you can play with that.
One rolled a 8, and one rolled an 18.
Yeah.
So
Don't
those 2
move
get it,
them.
and then
I
there's
need them.
Purple Man.
Move them. Don't move my dice.
rolled a 4. It was
We-
a 3.
If we do
So,
all
two of
cards,
Two of
I'll
them.
pick a race that's blue, so it would be the Blue Man Group.
Okay.
There's air genassis that are blue. Mm-hmm. And like a sea elf.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so that's 8 damage, but it pushes them 10 feet.
Okay. So that one
Yes.
failed.
There's a purple dice. This
That's
one
that.
dice.
So,
Is it half damage or anything? If they...
yeah, half damage
damage,
if
yeah.
they save.
So that one's that.
Can have all the purple dice. Okay.
Oh.
That guy.
But
And,
Daddy's gonna keep these ones in here, okay? You can keep yours in here.
well, hell. They only take 3 damage. Well, no, it's per 5 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
2d4 per 5 feet.
They'd only
So-
move 5 feet because it's half movement, but they'd still take it, I think.
Yeah.
Well, they push it pushes away from you. So does
Yeah.
that put them in the terrain?
I mean, their side, like the one purple guy failed, so he would move back, and that would affect him. But the other two, it wasn't in.
Okay, I gotcha.
okay. So he took overall he took 9 damage from the terrain.
He gets pushed.
10 feet, yeah.
And that guy's dead. Yes.
By PH.
The poor engineer.
I got purple dice.
That had nothing to do with it.
just wanted to make things.
I was supposed to retire in 3 days. This was my
Too
last.
old for this.
This was my last shift.
I also love yellow.
All right.
No, those are.
Is that it for
I gave
her?
you. Those are all yours, and you get the good one.
I want to see
For right
some-
now, yeah. For this turn.
That's all the.
Back around.
Oh, you know what? I could have cast that, or I could have used that +4. Oh well.
I will step back into the room. Back at old boy here with the sword.
About to say
Like
Flame
Sanjo.
Man or
Sanjo boy.
We have some-
Sanjo's missing his hand that has his sword. So
18
yes.
to hit. Okay. So, and I can use that on damage rolls too, correct?
No, it's
Not
attack
damage.
rolls.
Okay. So 12 piercing. And 18 again to hit.
Hey, Amber, did the guy with the mace get hit by the thunder wave or no?
No, the guy with the
He was
sword
the-
did.
7 force damage. And it pushes him back another 5
I
feet.
made a snake.
You did make a snake.
Did you hit the main baddie or the guy with the sword?
The sword guy.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
about to say. It's like you're just pushing him closer and closer.
I'm just dealing with that guy.
He's just like, this is what I want anyway. Propel me
I also
forward.
love green.
All right, so it is their turn.
I also love yellow.
Well, you're fine. I need some.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Say it again.
So yours is a 20-foot, right? He's gonna take some damage and get out of it.
These are the 2 heads, but this is the
He only take a 5.
Oh my god!
5, 6.
But he keeps tripping and bludgeoning damage.
Where?
Here's
Who
that.
took that?
Oh, he's
here?
running.
Yep.
What's wrong with this pixie?
Losing air.
Yeah.
That's true. He is focused on Zendro.
He takes another step forward. And he will take the damage.
Does he still have my dagger stuck?
That's 7.
Did you roll for the one guy to get out of it?
That
Yeah,
was
he took 5.
5.
All right, so
No, I don't know.
You said you liked
the guy over here with the mace is going to go for you.
I have
Yeah, I
this sword. I have that one. And I have
13?
that one.
That will hit. By the way, is this one of the encounters you planned for, or did?
Yeah, play it for you.
Okay.
Oh, I figured you all would make it to the castle. So I have a bunch. Like now that I paid for the like DM thing, I can make as many encounters as I want.
Cool.
good.
So
Snaky.
that hits for 4,
4 damage.
and he gets a multi attacks. And the second one, good old 3. That's my number tonight. So he misses on the second attack. Main baddie over there is going to take that one step forward and look at you. and he's gonna say some choice words to you that the pixie doesn't like to hear. Yeah.
Just beep. Use beep.
What you do?
What are you doing? Don't worry about it.
That's a big one.
I'll go see mommy real quick. Here, take mommy the ice.
It's like you're Zarin's little bitch, aren't you? Pulls that dagger out and like chucks it back at you. Little dagger. 12.
Nope. I just pull it out. Thanks.
Pluck it. Ah, hey, Pixie's back right in time. So after he throws the dagger, he's like, I knew you would come around and cause some problems for me in the end.
It's my middle name.
He does not move forward. Just kind of looks down at the ground, not willing to hurt himself anymore to come close to you. His legs are bleeding pretty bad right now.
I did not prepare Thorn Whip today. I wish I had.
Just keep on attacking with thorns. All right, Alex.
Welcome to the Thorn Palace.
Oh, God.
Step back around.
Every palace has a thorn.
I'm gonna swing a thorn whip at him.
Mace guy.
No, I believe he's swinging at
15.
Big Bad, right?
Who are you swinging
15. The big guy with no hand.
at? Okay.
Handicapped guy.
3 damage.
But it jerks him back.
10 feet back. 9 more damage.
Does that put him within 15 feet of me? I can't see very well over there.
1, 2. Nope. He's at 20.
Just right outside.
Oh well.
That's my turn.
Kind of braces himself on that table that you just knocked him into. He's his legs are hurting pretty bad. They kind of sting, you know, that sweat that gets down into some of those cuts. Like, ow. All right, Patrick.
Like, is this guy coming towards me? Can I tell?
Oh yeah, he is on purpose, like going around.
He's pretty beat up.
He's pretty.
Yeah.
He's not very happy.
Coden's had his way.
He's limping. I will throw my dagger at him.
Okay.
21 hit.
Yes.
8 normal damage.
If it starts with 20.
Tail. Hey, I need that tail.
Hold on.
It actually fits with it too, because it's in the chair.
8, 10, 11, 17.
Yeah.
Tail.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Can I get up?
Bye.
I put my sword to the ground and be like, don't you want the main event?
As the pixie takes the
Yeah.
I want the chair.
Oh, why did you mess this
I am
up?
the queen.
I relinquish my kingdom.
Need him before the queen.
I need it.
All right.
So I have no weapon. Well, I have a dagger, but
Yeah.
because that guy's got it, the other one in him. But I put my sword to the ground. I'm like, don't you want the main event?
Okay. Nate.
Sorry, bear with me.
Oh, what do you need not?
But I have the tail ready to pick it up.
Just like hanging right.
Yeah, it's like.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere
Nice.
in a the square right next to the bad guy, the boss. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to smash it into him.
Okay.
He must succeed on a dex, only 10, but still.
Oh, remember that was my go-to with my Celestial Warlock.
Make it coolest.
Natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for not being a 3 little one.
So,
Yes.
I knew its time was coming.
It's like, oh man.
That's enough. Don't we all, Maddie?
you
said I want more
half damage
dice.
on a successful.
Don't
That's
we
the
all?
problem.
That's how it starts.
I need it to
He's like, I need more
And I have more horns
So,
than Dyson.
half damage should we round down or up? On
damage is up, right?
More. I also have blue.
Yeah.
We need more blue.
I mean, I believe it says they round down, but you'd have to look that up. I thought damage was always rounded down,
It's up to you.
but it's entirely up to you.
Down because he.
okay. Then he takes 1 fire damage. I don't know what's up with my 1 damage attacks, but
He's just looking at you. It's like, you're weak. Everything.
I was expecting more.
All right.
I'm not a very wise warlock. Leave me alone. Or druid.
You don't even know what class you are.
Right. That's how unwise I am.
All right, Mike.
Hi, Big Bab. You want to talk shit? That's fine. There's a 16 hit.
Yes.
13 force? I'm sorry, it's 13 pierce.
We need more.
He falls to the ground.
Falling.
Does
he
the
fall-
momentum of him getting shot push him forward?
I'm not out of shots yet.
He takes 6 more piercing damage.
So not only is the ground, then
He is on the ground. Now it's his face.
So this dude right here with the mace,
So I'm sorry.
I'm gonna roll with that.
He's not dead.
He is not dead.
Oh, he's just on the ground.
Correct.
his plot armor is kicking in right now.
Yeah, because I didn't expect thorns to be a thorn in his side so much.
15 to hit.
See, usually it's just a mouse.
These two.
I was not anticipating the
guys
very
can't
painful
get in.
elephant.
So,
He
13
disrespected the trees.
13 force damage. We're just gonna move him back into the thorn tier real quick.
Okay.
Alex, if you would.
Yes. It's 6 more piercing damage.
It's done for now.
Ouch. He is not down yet, but he's barely
Count
able to
down.
stand, knowing he can't put his hand down to grasp himself because he will get stung again. So he's looking pretty hurt on that.
You cut me deep.
There's 1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4,
Well, he knows if he moves,
11, 12.
But his
13,
dagger can't
14,
reach you.
16,
so he's
17.
just going to sit there and stare at you.
17.
Balefully, like
It just looks like this.
I could.
19, 20.
Good job.
that was the guy with the
Like,
maces staring at
lots
me
of
balefully.
dice.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's like, if I come near you, I will die. And I
I
can't
stay-
reach you.
if I make 2 dice, it will make a itty bitty baby steak.
She is not even scared of the people around her. So, the main baddie there is kind of hanging out on the ground, his face full of, like, thorns.
Is he gonna move? Oh, really? Well, then he needs
Then you
to
have
roll
The
it
dice
out.
are
Next
talking
round.
around
Out for a while,
it.
I will do that.
Wish I bought more mana at 20 cents.
Oh, I hear you.
I know it doesn't matter, but it just.
Well,
makes
then the
me
bad
happy.
thing is that when we started doing all that stuff on
Constitution?
No,
grid
no.
trading and everything, I sent half of my mana over. Now I made more than
11.
that now on
Yeah.
Okay,
cashing
that
out
passed.
for
I rolled a 9.
Yeah.
Chiba.
I made 5,500 on Shiva.
Takes 4 fire damage. Again, I know it
Still
doesn't
got
matter,
like
but it
a
makes me
million of
happy.
it.
It does matter. He's like,
Oh,
It's like $50 worth or something like that.
I've still
But
got like 26 million or
I'm like, if it takes another run,
Oh hell yeah!
Oh no, is that the chick?
nope.
Okay.
So,
4. Oh damn!
little teleporter kind of comes out there, and an elf, half elf, kind of walks through there, and he kind of looks down at his
compadre.
this person in front of him. This has a face like in the thorns. He's like, oh. It's kind of sitting there, and he kind of just makes a little kind of noise. It's like, my dear, you've been pretty banged up here. Let me go ahead and help you out real quick. He casts
Move this.
a healing spell again.
Counter spell.
I was gonna say.
I'm joking. She was like, "Are you serious?"
The look on her face.
Like, I'm so used to you just randomly saying that, and then it's just like, you, and then it's like, wait,
Yellow dice.
you don't have that.
What's the
not a
name? Of,
warlock.
what's the name of the healing spell?
That's what I'm looking for.
Healing spell. What happens? His leg turns into an eel.
Instead of healing, it's healing, and so suddenly thousands of feet just like drop down on top of him.
It's 1,000 foot.
I've been defeated.
I wasn't anticipating this.
I don't need that.
Okay.
I need that.
You just said you didn't need it.
I do.
Tell you what, ever since I got back
always
from
good for the
Vegas, man,
unexpected.
like there was something like in the back of my nasal
Some
cavity.
of the dice
Still
are
hasn't completely
heavy.
come.
Yeah,
Healing
the-
word.
There's heavy. Yeah.
He was just making a joke that Mike was going to change it into something else.
Okay.
Healing war.
Oh,
There's
God.
my
It's like these, like,
He's over there.
things just pop up above him and start fighting each other, and he's just like, just heal me! What's going on?
Healing
Shall
ward.
win.
Healing wart.
Puts it right on his face.
But like he still gets healed, but he has this giant wart on his face.
At what level did
I
she
like
cast
this
healing word? Jeez.
That's a heaster.
That's a
Even
big
though they have, like, long hair.
Excuse me.
It's big steak.
Oh, that is a big snake.
Alright, I'm just gonna write it down 'cause I'm not going in between these characters.
1, 2, 3,
So,
4, 5, 6,
While
7.
he does have some hit points now, he is still just like on the ground, not wanting to move, because he knows if he moves, he's probably going to get hurt again and probably go down. So,
10
he just kind of stands there and
dice.
kind of looks around and just kind of
Contemplates
surveys
life.
the scene,
Contemplates life.
and that is all that he will do. So then it goes to Alex.
There's so many preschool kids.
Yep.
So many preschool kids.
It's just like the main bad guy looks up at that and he's like,
It's big. It's like one of these
Thorn whip gear,
almost.
and it's a
One
net
of
20.
Okay.
these almost do it.
It's the first time we've had Thorn Whip like hit a big number with anything.
I need more.
We've been playing together
dice.
for what
That's
now,
enough.
3 years. It's the first time Thorn Whip ever had a good hit.
I want more
so
dice
it's 6
because
damage.
You but not there.
gonna drag her
You but not dice there.
Or him.
Him.
I need more dice.
okay.
She's gonna cast like level
I wonder,
9.
do my... No, they don't. It's just the damage from that. I was like, wait, I wonder if those get... They don't get double.
Okay.
Because there's no what's there.
9 more. Piercing.
Oh, look.
Here's
And I like start yelling out.
Don't do it.
I don't know, like, who the hell you think you are? He was
That's
dead.
not fair. Not fair.
Not fair. Unfair.
Unfair. Unfair.
I love when Amber thinks she knows how things are gonna go,
Oh, every time, like,
and then we happen.
when I'm at work, I write all my notes for the campaign, and I think to myself, all right,
What
so
if?
I could probably go this way, and then I'm like, but always plan for the exact opposite, or don't even
This
plan
one's
at all, because it's
probably
not going to
getting out
happen.
the.
Always plan for Nate to figure
This
out.
one's probably getting
Always
out
plan
of
for you all
this
to do the
yellow
exact
one
opposite of
to
what
it.
it is, or just
Probably
don't even
one of
try and
the
bother to
yellow
plan,
ones
because no matter how many things you think of that they'll do, it won't be that.
Yeah.
Or
Can't
I
help
think,
that we're very good
I
at what we
think
do.
that you all are going to go do this, and you all are like, yeah, let's go investigate that abandoned tower that just is there, because I mentioned that there's a tower, and then you're like, oh, let's go to that tower, and I'm like, shit, I don't have anything for this tower. Why did I mention the tower?
It's a tower, empty. All right, Patrick.
Like the two workers there, are they just like hoveling in fear?
Oh yeah, they're not moving.
I just putting it out one of the
And then
yellow
where's the
because it's
end
yellow.
part of this? Like,
It's 20 feet out, so
It's basically, yeah, it's 4 squares from each one.
would it be up high?
It's a bunch of thorns on the ground, right?
Yeah, it's thorns on the ground.
yeah. So you could probably jump up on the table.
I
Okay.
need that
How does
dice.
jumping work?
Just double movement, I think. It's an extra.
Well, because I meant, can I like leap to that?
You'd have to do a dexterity.
Yep. This is. I did pick up my sword, by the way, as I did this.
Glad you noticed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
He's like, and I pull up my sword. No, you
No shit.
Actually, the throne
Move
stone
it
is
over
your
there
sword.
somewhere. I don't need it
The
right
pixie's
there.
trying to pick it up as we speak and use it.
It's so heavy.
Oh,
Just a straight dexterity check.
the dome. So do. Right
20.
here. Come on.
Yeah, you may get it to the other table.
Ominous.
You're just standing over him.
Did that one have
That's-
room?
Yeah, because I can't like stab him from there.
Not on top.
I'm just ominously staring over him like
You still have to.
I came to you since
Which buttons are
Since
the
you're-
buttons?
you come to me. And then I'm done.
He kind of like chuckles at himself.
Pain.
Every time he like goes up from the chuckle, it's just like into his face.
All right. Is it
Like,
me?
he like jumped
Nate.
on and like, landed on it.
Oh god!
I'm just gonna smash the sphere into him.
Hey, it's been working.
Dex 10.
Is he still prone? Because when he automatically fail it,
Oh yeah, he didn't get up.
stop it.
So yeah, that would be with disadvantage. Yeah, he failed.
It's 5 fire damage.
Now he's on fire.
There's 3 E-dice.
Is he down again?
There's 3
never got up
E-dice
after
because I have blue.
Is he like dead again?
There's 3 E,
Oh,
Daddy.
yeah,
But he's dead again.
not dead, but yeah.
Goes down.
Unconscious.
We can fix that.
Daddy.
Yes.
Unless he has plot armor.
These are 3 E-dice because I
Sounds like he might.
I'm thinking at this point, this guy's got some plot armor.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
All right. You take first shot at old girl or old dude over here.
Keep calling.
There's
him.
like
18.
4
Like, for the love of God, yes.
I am a man!
10 piercing. 17.
Well, we get out the second to go.
Okay.
8 force damage. And I'll push her back.
Which I believe calls for some more.
Uh-huh.
8! 8 is great.
Is all.
All right, so at this point, it's their turn. Mace Man is going to move towards her, so he will take the damage.
How far?
That one, yeah.
Towards Siobhan, yeah.
5 feet.
One more.
Why you a dice sale?
Well, we're using it.
5.
Oh, that's exactly how many he had.
Ah.
He's like,
I'm gonna get ya!
Laws of averages says I might make this.
it was in fact he did not. All right. So with that, the blonde-haired half-elf
Dude.
man.
Dude, man.
Did you check to see if they identify as a man or a woman?
You are correct. They go as a him, they.
Him, they, her?
Yeah, you know, what is it, he, him. There you go.
I was, yeah.
So at this point, he you can see a hand start to form underneath the
Big B's hand.
perfect, and
Good job, man.
kind of goes around the Sanjo there and starts lifting him up off the ground. It's like, gently now. We don't want to do more damage, please. And starts bringing him back and pulls out something that kind of looks similar to what Vale had out in Wolfhurst with you all. And, oh, unplug that.
No.
Kind of goes, it's like, we're going to need a way out if you don't mind, dear. And a couple seconds later, a teleport kind of opens up there behind him. And the hand goes in first. It's like, it was a pleasure meeting you all. Please enjoy the castle for whatever it's worth. We'll be taking our leave now. Thank you. Thank you. and
Boo.
into the teleporter.
A stormtrooper.
Man,
And
I really
those
wanted to
two-
be able to thorn whip him off the hand.
No.
He just goes
Get over here!
right back into the thorns. Never been more humiliated.
Poor Sanjo.
So they've now made their exit. At this point, I believe it's only the
Two random guys.
yeah
Yeah, it was two in the worker.
well
Oh, there's four. There's 4 people left.
Yeah.
Oh, two workers.
so the 2 workers and then the 2 guards there. They kind of look over at the engineers and look down at the ground and they're just like, "Get him!" And the engineers are like,
There's like,
"No,
You get them.
there's like,
we don't get paid for this."
We're not moving. We're smart.
And they all just kind of stand there because
The 2 in the middle are the engineers, or
the 2 by the table are the
Okay,
engineers.
these 2 over here are the engineers.
Yeah. The other 2 are the actual guards,
it.
and none of them are moving because they don't want to get hurt.
They're smart.
So that goes to you. He looks at you, he's like, "No, not me. I have a family."
and I'm like, come to daddy.
And you start thrusting.
22.
That's it.
I'm using my trunk as I do this too. I'm like,
You put some stank on it.
so it's 4.
Damage.
Yes, and then 10.
For you?
Yep, towards me. 10 piercing.
You didn't even have to move him.
He just did.
The other guy is just on the outskirts of these thorns, but he's seen like everybody that touches him like dies or goes down, so he's just kind of like, "Oh. Look, I don't want any trouble here."
Since he's out of it too, and then I just killed this guy. Like I do that, and then before my turn ends, I just like dismiss the spell.
Look, I don't want no trouble here. All right, like,
hail.
yeah,
As the Pixie Queen says from the throne.
the hail. Like, is that really the queen? Type of- I mean, look, guys, I don't want no trouble here. Right? I don't even know how to read these papers. Okay, I don't want any trouble.
Papers.
Look, guys. Like, I didn't even want to be a part of this. Okay, I'm here to get a paycheck. Please just let me leave in peace. He looks over at you, thinking that you're like clearly the like leader of the group here, and it's like, I don't want any trouble. All right, I don't want. It's like you seem like a nice thing.
Like I go to get off the table, but like very skeptical.
I'm like thing.
Uh-oh.
Look, I don't know what to call you, man. I've never seen one of your kind before.
You just called me a pig. Did you just call me a pig?
Oh, no, he didn't. Pumbaa. Pumbaa.
They call me Mr. Pig.
Is battle over?
Yes. He's not moving. Like, those engineers, they're just there to build things, and they just stood incredibly still.
Yeah, but my flaming sphere has not dissipated.
Don't put... I need to read those papers.
Okay, I will dissipate my.
I'll like grab
flaming
Siobhan's shoulder and be like, don't torch those papers yet.
sphere. I will dissipate my flaming sphere.
Okay.
I'd like to start walking like up to where the engineers are at. I'll look over at Tantor and be like, do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Like, he has a sword in his hand, and he's holding it, but it's like as you're coming up to him, he's like, I don't want no trouble, man, but I will fight if I have to.
As you do that, I walk over and I'm just like pulling the knife out of the one guy.
It's a box.
I told you, man, I don't know how to read. I don't know what's in these boxes. I'm here to make sure they are still working. And the one, like, engineer that's, like, kind of been hiding under the table this whole time, it's just like, he beats me when I don't do work!
Is that true?
I need more
Like the other one's like, oh yeah, no. Like we've been working for like 15 hours straight. I haven't had a meal in 4 days.
The bad thing is I have like no actual damaging spells other than Thorn Whip, so I'm not going to kill this guy with a D6.
Don't you have like a stomp or something?
I'm happy to
You grapple check him into the crate.
I'm going to
It will work for the next, next step of what I'm about to do.
No. I know what I'm going to do.
my next play-doh.
It's a waste of a spell, but I'm going to do it anyways, just because it is perfect. So I reach my hand out, and then, like, right next to him is my little, it's from last time, wasn't the seagull, but it's Bobberton, the little two-headed dog.
Okay.
I think a seagull would have been
Side note,
funnier.
do you still look like the guy from camp?
Yeah.
Okay.
I pet him on the head, and I'm like,
Want some more dice?
good boy. Yeah, turn around and start walking away.
I need more dice.
That's good.
Here. Just like talking to
I
the
need
engineer
it
people.
on top of them.
He just looks the dog, one of their heads, just like in the face. Like,
Heads.
And then I'm like, wait. And I come back over here. Because then I remembered that Bobberton has pack tactics and I need to be standing next to him so he gets advantage. And when I come up and I'm like, oh, wait. And I like stick my trunk out. And then Bobberton bites him in the nuts. Because he's a small creature. And that's as far as he can reach.
okay, roll for that.
Nat 20 now.
Let's see. All right. He has...
This thing gives this thing.
Oh, there's not a nat 20 in
door
there.
for it.
Oh, okay.
But he does get...
No, that's all the school kids.
Okay, so there is a 20.
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. But it's a 20.
Okay. He sees the small thing come at him, but he is like so fixated on the elephant controlling the two-headed dog that he just kind of tries to hit wherever it's coming from and misses, and it knocks the face right into that area region and bites for how much damage.
Bites.
She's just like cheering it on at the throat.
10.
Maddie, what sound does a tiger make?
Wow, wow, wow.
I thought a tiger said who killed Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
So he dies, actually.
That actually
Don't
does
let
kill
me
him?
take
He had
the
9
dice.
points.
Son bitch. Oh, that because he stepped out.
Yeah.
I was like, because I was worried. I was like, man, I don't have any big attacks.
Yeah. So he
Just the start of
sees the dog's face coming and he's like, no! And he smacks it and it hits there. And it hits like that main artery that goes like in your leg. And I mean like, oh, he just like, he's trying, but he's like, ugh, ugh, and then like passes out.
Good boy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Play him like fetch with like.
Your femoral artery.
So, with that, you've got the two engineers and like all the tables of stuff that they're like building and working on and whatnot in here.
I'm gonna go talk to them.
Okay.
So, what do you guys? What I got y'all working on here with all my parts?
We're just kind of building on that machine over there. It's supposed to do something with crystals. They really haven't told us what it's supposed to do. We're just told to make the plans.
Are these all the plans?
Yeah?
Can I have them?
Yeah. There's nothing I'm gonna do with them.
How vetted are you to these guys that are having you do all this? They taking care of you?
No.
No.
We worked for Mr. Bain and he kind of sold us to them to do the work. It's actually better than Mr. Bain's, if I'm gonna be honest with you, but still, they don't treat us well.
Well, I'm Mr. Bane now. Coden Bane. No, it's fine. He's dead. Don't worry about it.
He's dead.
He's dead. Yeah. Head just exploded. Crazy. Craziest thing you'd ever seen.
Inexplainable.
The one at the other table is just like, Master Bain is dead?
Excuse me.
Like, Senior Master Bane is dead?
Yep, he's toast.
If it's all right with you, sir, I would like to retire.
Yeah, it's fine. If you tell anyone about these plans you've ever built, Reginald will have you hunted down.
Kind of gets that look of, like, he knows the name, but he's a little confused as to why Reginald would be of any, like, importance.
Reginald killed the Senior Bane.
Can I please have chocolate
And he said that anyone that finds out about
Well,
these
is mommy not
plans,
going to... Yeah, you can have some. Go ask mommy.
it's going to happen.
Okay?
Sir Reginald.
Yes, Sir Reginald.
I don't know what this thing does, but I do know that it involves the crystals, which are over there, and the small box on top of the table. That's all the service I can be to you, sir. I will take my leave.
Where do they go?
We haven't fixed that part of the machine yet, but they're supposed to go in the machine. I don't know what it does. They just don't respond to anything but a certain kind of magic. It's a kind of magic.
Let's see.
Which I don't know magic myself. Can't help you.
Would like to cast Thunderwave on the machine.
Okay.
What do we do from here? Do I roll damage? Or
Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm casting it at second level.
Okay.
10 thunder damage.
Okay. When you cast that, it kind of takes that and it kind of makes a couple of noises like it's starting, but then it just kind of like dies.
Oh, well, shit. I was hoping. Oh, excuse me. Darn, I was hoping it would break the machine.
Why are we trying to break the machine? I thought we were trying to figure out how it worked. What it did.
I'll look at the other engineer. What do you know?
Do you want to retire too?
Because I figure if Coden Bane wanted it, it's not good.
I mean, I'm Coden Bane.
Or not Coden, I'm
Other
sorry.
Bane.
Colt Bane.
Dead Bane.
Yes, sorry.
Yes, the dead-
Sorry, Coden. I didn't mean to besmirch your good name. If Colt Bane wanted it, it's not good.
He kind of takes his glasses off and starts cleaning them on his already dirty shirt. He says, look, once again, we haven't really been told what it does, but from what I gather on the paperwork, those crystals are supposed to store something in them. That's supposed to, they put things in, it puts it to the crystal, in which the crystal will go into one of the jars to keep for safekeeping. What it's supposed to go in there, I don't know. We haven't made it that far yet.
Okay,
Well,
go,
my friend.
go put a crystal in there.
I mean,
They already said they didn't fix that part yet.
there's no way to put things in the crystal, but I can definitely show you if that's what you want,
Yes, I
sir.
would like to see how it's supposed to operate,
Okay.
even though it's not working.
So he kind of goes up and takes one of the crystals out of the box on the table and puts it in. Part of the machine is still not built, but there is a little spot there that's supposed to hold the crystal. He kind of looks at you, knowing that this answer is probably not going to make you happy, but he says, I could push the button, but nothing's going to really work on it since we don't have the major part built yet.
With the crystal in there, I would like to cast Thunderwave again
Okay?
on the machine. For 9 thunder damage.
Okay. Again, it starts up, sputters and whatnot. The crystal, when it hits, it starts up and whatnot, but the crystal kind of gets this kind of light around it, and immediately whatever it does kind of shoots that into a crystal, and the crystal just kind of has this faint little glow to it.
Tantor, the crystal appears to feed on magic.
At this point, I would say Coden has figured out what this machine does.
Roll a perception for me.
I'm looking at either one of the guys, and I'm like, do either of you have magical abilities?
No, sir. And the other one's like, mm-mm. Mm-mm.
21.
Oh boy. Okay, so
I was going to stuff them into the machine.
seeing the paperwork and all that stuff, and seeing the plans in which they have and all that, you can see that
Get in the machine now.
what they're building on the other side is pretty big. It's kind of like a coffin shaped type deal, so it could fit something as tall as like 6 feet tall.
Put a person in there, aren't you?
So that whatever can fit in there, it looks like part of the machine will take something out of whatever's in that, store it into the crystal, and then the crystal is then embedded with whatever it is that's been taken
So it's a type of spell storing.
on a huge
Big
scale.
brain.
They're making like spell grenades. You,
I'll look
you
at- I'll
throw
look
the
at everybody real
crystals,
quick,
can they
like,
shatter and the spell
Guy
goes
on the
off?
boat. He was talking about this.
On a much smaller scale.
My God, that man was right.
He was a genius! Something about the gem shopping network.
It's like, haven't really come across that here yet. So,
I would like to take time to completely dismantle this thing and try to destroy it as much as possible.
okay.
After I've looked at all the plans and
I go up to one of the engineers and like, where was the big boss guy staying at? Where was his quarters?
He stayed very close to here.
Where did he sleep?
In one of them rooms across the way. You can see that there's like a couple of wooden doors on the other side.
I want to go investigate his room.
I want to investigate the bodies for loot.
Except the two good bodies disappeared.
That's the room right there. So for you, you see that there's actually like a pretty good amount of gold on these guys. Some food, like an
They
apple.
lied. They said they were treated badly, and here they got all this gold.
how much gold are we talking?
Probably about 5 altogether. A couple of them had like a few real weird things that like have some sort of like what you could only assume is like elven scripture on it and stuff. That they've kind of probably kept as a token of where they are.
Anything of interest in Sanjo's room?
Really kept a very basic lifestyle in here. There's only like a bed and a table. Table doesn't have anything on it. It's really a pretty empty room. It's like he literally only used it to sleep. For you, you can take this thing apart. You know which pieces look like they would be the main mechanics of it and whatnot. So even if they were to try and turn it on, it's missing so many parts at this point that it's not even worth trying. Like I said, the crystals are in a little
So
box.
before everything gets destroyed, I want to take a look at these crystals.
Oh, we can take the crystals. I don't have any problem.
Yeah, the crystals are all in a box on that back table there.
That's what all the people are wanting. They're wanting to see these crystals.
So
Yeah, are there any like? Hey, wait! Stop tearing apart the machine. Wasn't the black orb thing supposed to go in the machine?
But if it's not complete,
Maybe it does something cool.
Maybe it does something terrible.
Maybe it does something terribly awesome.
I thought we turned it over to those.
no,
people
they
that-
gave it back.
Oh,
when we
okay.
found out.
Okay.
And it was for us, so it's even better.
It's like they're looking at it. I just walked by and put the black opal thing in.
okay. It's like they have part of that section over to the side, but like I said, it was built kind of like a coffin. Like there's supposed to be a thing there that's about 6 feet tall with a door so that whatever's in it is like locked shut behind the door. But it does not have any of that. It still has the mechanism to like take whatever there and like
I want to
transfer
take
it.
one of the guards' bodies and put them inside this coffin-y door thing and close the door.
Okay.
Like slam them in there and close the door.
So there's no door on it yet, but you can like kind of
All right.
position the body.
All
in
right,
that.
I'll position the body in this doorless coffin.
There's
Okay.
two. There's
So here comes the
There's
problem of
only-
turning it on.
two holes.
You've used thunderclap each time.
I need you.
I can do it again. I still got more.
I don't know. Hold on.
Either that or you got Mr. Engineer over here that can probably ghetto rig it.
I mean,
I'll hit it with a healing word.
What if you bring the guy back to life?
I'll just kill him again.
Okay. Healing word kind of like makes some noises, but when it hits the body, he kind of like jolts awake. He's like, with like one hit point. He's just like, ugh. And then the machine kind of kicks in.
Yeah, this is what I was hoping for.
The beam kind of smacks into him, like right clear across the chest, and no noises come out, but you can tell he is in a lot of pain, and then he just goes back down. And the crystal now glows a fairly large whitish color in the middle, and it just stays there.
Seems like it's absorbing souls.
Hey, put another body in there. I gotta try something.
Well, we got several guards. I'll put one of the other guards in there.
I just walk
I
up.
put that crystal in my pocket.
Okay?
So did you put another guard body in there?
I put another guard body in there.
I go up to the machine and hit it and hellish rebuke it.
Okay. Did you put another crystal in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Hellish Rebuke,
I see what you guys are doing.
it doesn't even like bring him back to life. It just like attacks him, and that beam comes back down and hits him square in the chest and transfers over into another crystal where it starts to glow white as well.
So Cody's just over on the side, just there going, how many more of these you guys gonna make?
That's all.
We got like, what, 2 more bodies?
I'm all out of magic. Unless I start doing
Pull
30.
that body out, dump it to the side, grab the other guy, toss him in there.
So we do this, I'm going to assume 2 more times.
Yeah.
Okay. You now have
Like, what if we put a living person in there?
I was wondering the same thing.
The
I think
one
that
that
these
knew
just
the
don't have enough
most
help.
the one that knew the most out of the 2 looks horrified at this point. Is just like, no, you can't do that. So you still want to do it to them?
Like, but what else goes in there?
I don't know. They didn't tell us what goes in there, but clearly things happen when you put things in there.
You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
So actually, hold on. Because the guy, I'm going to put one in there, and then on one of those, I'm going to cast Healing Spirit inside the box so it continually heals them.
Hey!
This is torture, y'all.
We aren't the good guys in this story.
I am not.
That's magic.
But they are bad
At least
guys.
Tantor's not.
They're humans.
They're humans. I don't care.
It's science.
Okay, so
I put a Healing Spirit in there so that it, like, to power the machine and because it continually heals him.
the spirit heals. Did you put it on the real person, like the person that's alive, or a person that was dead?
No. Like when we put them in the box,
Yeah.
and you were like, oh, they came back alive with like 1 hit point.
Right.
I'm dropping the Healing Spirit on them so that instead of going back
Oh, my
down,
God.
they just keep coming back up.
Okay. So this once dead
That
guard.
lasts for like a minute.
This once dead guard, that healing spirit hits him, and he wakes up, but there's like no life in his eyes whatsoever. He is just like staring out into the nothingness. The beam hits. You see the body react to it, but there is no like facial expressions or anything, and nothing goes into the crystal on that one. And then the guy keeps rezzing and nothing goes into the
that goes
crystal
on the
each time.
Okay.
But he has that dead look in his eyes.
So then that gives me like, yeah, I
That
think
guy
we're
over there
harvesting
has a
souls.
torch.
Okay.
He didn't have anything left.
That's what I thought.
But this poor man is now coming alive and going down again and coming
I
back.
dismissed the spell.
Okay, he is now dead again.
I don't know what that
In his zombie tone, thank you.
I take I'll take all 3 of those. I just
Okay.
stick them in my pocket.
Okay.
think that's
So the
China.
horrified like engineers. So we know Sanjo. Do you know who that questionable elf person thing was? Have they been here before?
We've never seen anyone come through a hole in the wall.
I did. It was
It's not a question. Not the question he asked.
He's new.
A new space.
I'm out of second level spells.
Burn them all and killing people.
Harvesting souls.
I'd like to have a conversation with the engineer about coming and working for me.
Okay.
Which one do you want?
Letting one.
There's 2 of them.
No, the
Oh,
retired
one
one
left.
left.
He
We sent
retired.
him off.
Yeah, the one
He
left.
retired.
Oh, did he actually leave?
He has not
He's
left
still
yet,
there.
though.
Oh,
He's still there.
you can use that one.
It's the one that doesn't know as much as the one that has to retire.
know as much.
Yeah.
Well, you're like doing science experiments. I'm just gonna start wandering the castle.
Okay. So for the most part, it's pretty much packed with all those metal pieces and things like that they've gotten in shipping. There is like an area that's kind of like the eating quarters and things like that. There are a lot of guards in there eating.
Nope.
Any of the rooms that you see where it's like these random people, they're mostly engineers that are still asleep from having like 24-hour shifts. The whole place has been completely trashed though, and like
Maddie, go upstairs.
it's no longer like a livable place, minus the little makeshift beds that they've made themselves. All the engineers are basically sleeping on the floor of hay.
I do want to take some time before we leave. I want to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
It's the sound of casting magic.
It's the thought of God thinking. There is no magic minus what you see in your pocket.
Okay.
And like the kind of glow on the machine itself. And the crystals.
Okay. I'm definitely taking some crystals. But now I'm still looking at this like retire guy and I'm like we could keep your new guy in line really well.
So I'm over here talking to him right now while you're doing what you're doing.
He'll stay in line if he
You're asking for him to work for you now?
How things have changed and
I would say it's like he's immediately going to be like, oh, it's a great offer, but I'm happy here. But if you're going to tell him like how much has changed where now Reginald has like a 401k and, these things called lunch breaks now.
match.
you can actually work on your studies and create new things.
That sounds wonderful.
With a great benefits package.
I was...
Benefit being the need to live.
But then I'm like, I'm looking at it like, ooh, but when you come to retirement, this happens.
No one retires because they love it so much.
He's a little skeptical on that, but
See, this guy, he was just way too loyal to these guys here. Like, that's what it came down to. You, on the other hand, you got a head on your shoulders, you know what I mean? Like, she's right.
the pixie's just floating around Zendril over there and just like says that to you. It's like, head on his shoulders. He kind of nods and like, I did have a lot to do with the plans of making this. I'm pretty good at designing things.
Mm-hmm. I think it would be very, very beneficial for you to come work.
Okay. Yeah, it's lunch and everything sounds really good.
Vacation days.
Oh. Like, do I get paid?
1 week, yeah. 1 week vacation a year, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
that sounds wonderful.
I know, right? Right?
I'll take it.
Perfect. Just got to make it back to the boat.
Like by myself?
I mean, we're not going back yet, so I mean...
I'd like to stay with you all if that's okay with you. And
you gotta ask the big guy here.
He looks over at you, scared as heck, just like, please, sir, can I stay with you?
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Get in the box.
It's like I didn't mind you coming in here, and you really helped.
If you're his new pet, that's perfectly fine.
Just behind the engineer, I'm just gonna take it with a big smile on my face, like.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds fine. He kind of like mumbles to himself. He's like, oh, I don't want to be here.
What are you doing to me?
But what other option do I have?
But I have ears, and I get advantage on perception for hearing, and I'm like, but you know where else you don't want to be? Right there.
He looks horrified at the thought that you actually heard him say. He's like, no, I was actually. I appreciate the options that you've given me. This is great. I'm here. I'm with you. Go. What did you call yourselves?
The professionals.
Go professionals. One of the team.
One of the team.
So he is now kind of the little what do they call the missions? Where you have to lead him.
Escort.
missions.
Why don't you go like wherever your quarters were, like, you know, pack up your belongings.
Yeah.
Great plan.
So he kind of goes behind you all, and there's another wooden door there where the quarters for all of the engineers.
Ah, good. When he does that, I'm going to look at the old guy and be like, sorry. For science.
You'll understand.
He's starting to like fumble with his words. He's like, I'm an engineer too. I can build things. Like, I don't have to retire. I can just help. I'm very smart.
Tantor, you do you, buddy. You do you.
I gotta know what happens with a live body.
No, please don't put me in there. He's
Siobhan is just
About
bawling.
that time I come walking in the door, I see that.
Siobhan, why don't you go help the engineer go pack up real quick?
Okay.
I think that would be great.
no.
We're gonna finish up some work in here real fast.
okay.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
My alignment's like chaotic neutral. I'm the embodiment of chaos, so I'm good here.
You can put him in there.
I will stuff the live guy in there.
Chaotic good. For the greater good.
All right, so
We are becoming the bad guys of this story.
at least two of you.
It's okay.
So you stuff him into the thing. Yeah, he's trying his best to kind of force his way out, but your massive like elephant hand, like he cannot get out of that small.
I obviously had put another crystal in.
Okay.
Put a new crystal in.
He is just begging you.
No.
Okay.
I still have 3 first level spells.
He is begging you.
And then I
not
just
to do
look at
this.
him like, I bless you, my child. And I cast bless.
As soon as it hits, the engine kicks on, and the beam smack dab in the chest and takes it. He just slumps to the ground and goes to the crystal, which now has that same little white glow.
Well, shit, it does the same thing.
I'll look at Tantor like, I know what to do. I would like to makeshift like a stand for a crystal that would be at that like beam height.
And shoot a crystal with a crystal.
One of the crystals with a soul in it or without?
No. Like blank and blank.
Okay.
I'm like, Tantor, step back. I got this.
Okay. I take that crystal out and I put it in my pocket.
This will be the first time you guys ever see this. So, Coden will walk up to like where the crystal is in there that you have to smack the magic into. Put his hands over after he rubs it together a few times. Thunder wave at it.
Okay, and that crystal is inside of the thingy with the beam? Okay. It takes the beam into that crystal. The machine makes a really wonky noise at this point. It's like some grinding of gears and stuff like that. And it kind of goes into the little black crystal. And it hits the black crystal. and it kind of glows this yellowish glow, and then it just kind of like shatters.
I saw that coming.
Too much power.
Wait. Which crystal shattered?
The one that you put in to like capture it.
Oh, okay.
The one I put in the room.
Well, then for science, I'll put one of the soul crystals inside and see what happens. Just if it transfers from one to another.
Okay. Beam hits the one with soul, goes through.
Just
No
more
weird noises this
dice.
time, but then it just hops into the other.
The new one. So I'm picking that
Are
up.
you
and I'm
okay?
like,
All right.
and that one's empty now?
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, what about this black gem? What if you shoot into the black gem?
Genius.
Black gem in the box.
Okay. Is that the one that you all? Okay.
It's the only spell I got left.
Or wait, do we want to put this in the machine or shoot at this one?
Shoot at this one.
If we shoot at it, so it like absorbs magic, right?
But it seems to kick it back out at the same time. So it would absorb and then kick out and transfer to something else.
Maybe.
That's
maybe,
the hypothesis.
Maybe. So we put that in there, and then maybe whatever we cast jumps into the crystal.
Yes.
You said here.
Boom.
Yeah.
Hold up. Where's what going?
So the black pearl
you all have.
is now in the room on the makeshift
In
stand.
the, in
No,
the,
it's in the box.
It's
in the coffin.
It's in the box.
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
coffin, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have one of the
Crystal.
regular crystals in that.
No. We have a regular crystal in the slotty thing,
Yeah.
and then
Okay. It hits, and it looks like the little crystal that you all have just like absorbs the beam, and the beam does absolutely nothing to it. It just keeps hitting.
Pearl's the focus point.
I mean, I thought that's what we were trying to do.
But you have to have the black pearl in there for it to hit
Yeah.
and do the transfer. It's the core of the entire thing to make it work.
Take the black jewel back.
Okay.
So you got the.
Hey, wait. Do you all have any more harmful spells left?
I mean, I have 2 more spell slots.
Wondering what happened if you shot a spell at me while I held this.
Oh, you held the black one?
Pretty sure it would absorb your. Well, hold. I don't
Well,
know.
no. This isn't in the machine. This is if
We should have done with that with the old guy.
I hold this.
You're helping the other guy pack and whatnot. And he's asking you questions like, "So what's it like now in the warehouse without Mr. Bane?"
Well, actually, there is no warehouse. They're building a new one.
What happened to the old one?
There was a
What spells do you have
revolution.
left?
Thunderwave.
Revolution.
You have
And
shield.
some of the workers got angry and burned down the old
Something to
warehouse.
project at it.
Yeah, that sounds like something they do. It was pretty bad over there. It was we had no such thing as a lunch
right.
break. What your friend called it.
I hold up the gym.
Okay. You have no idea what's going on.
Last one. Here we go.
You're holding the actual.
I'm holding the black jewel.
Except that makes a loud boom up to 300 feet away, so I'm going to hear the boom.
That's true. Okay.
Like, what save do I have to make?
For Thunderwave, it's a con.
I think it's
Con
a con
14.
You don't have to worry. If you've got that black pearl in front of you, it just soaks it all up. You feel like the frontal force of something, but it never makes it past the crystal for you.
Invincible.
Sean's like, what are they doing?
It's like he's just kind of listening. He's like,
Like, I realized
Thunder
this,
Wave.
right? I realized, like, it didn't hit me.
yeah.
I just fall on the ground and start convulsing. Can I get up? Nah, no, Gotcha.
All right. Now spend the rest of the time dismantling the machine now that we have.
Okay.
We didn't really solve anything.
Yeah, we figured some stuff out.
Definitely, like, try to pocket any crystals we find and any cool looking parts out of this machine.
So he's packed up all his stuff. He's like, I like you. You seem like you're the real nice one of the group. It's like, I'd like to stick with you if that's okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Good. All right, well, off we go. And he walks out the door and kind of sees what's been going on here as like his friend.
Oh yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of guards in another room over there, by the way.
Yeah, how did the guards react to the boom of Thunderwave?
I mean, they've heard many things in this room whenever they
Okay,
do like
that
all the
makes sense.
experimentations and whatnot.
That
so
makes sense.
They probably are just thinking while they're eating, like, here we go again.
I guess we should inform them that this is our town.
Yes, they should clear.
Ooh, wait, I've got an idea.
Oh boy.
I run in the room. Oh my god! The zombie elf's ghosts are attacking. We gotta get out of here. Now! There's no time to explain. We gotta run. Run.
Deception, sir.
I'll start screaming in the background as loud as I possibly can.
It's gonna have to be pretty high with a room full of guards.
Do we have a bless or anything?
Not currently.
Shoot.
I need that.
18 plus 6.
No, I need that.
Pretty high.
Of course.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
high.
need that.
All right, so
Don't do it ever again.
a couple of like groups of
Hush you. I know what I'm doing.
couple of groups of them are just like kind of laughing, thinking like, oh, whatever, and the rest of them are all kind of like looking at each other, just like, I mean, I told you they were real. Like that's a possibility. And one sits up there like, you mean those forest people are real?
How big is the room that they're in?
So where am I? Gotta figure out the way.
Hey.
Oh my god, they've got an elephant man with them too.
It would be like over in here. And it would be kind of packed with like the first crew. Or last crew. Since it was at night.
I see. And how many people are in this room?
About 16.
Oh,
It's the end of the night.
I see.
And of course she's just walked in and told them that the undead elven people from the forest have come.
And
I
they
guess
have
I could just start shooting my gun off to make more noise.
and they have an elephant man.
I will shapeshift into an elf,
An undead elf.
but like looking kind of like pasty and undead.
Okay.
And I will run in there brandishing my scimitar.
I want to ready an action and see does that.
Okay.
As soon as I start seeing them run out the door, I want to cast Spike Growth in front of the door.
No, this is a bio.
Okay. So she goes running and screaming, and before that happens, your all's other girl in the group goes running in, dressed up as a undead elf creature with scimitars,
Yeah.
and just goes in. Woo!
Then I run out and she chases me.
That's entirely how she would do it too. Woo!
So they go running out, but like in her wake, these thorns start popping up behind her as she's running after the tiefling, and the whole room just sees this happening. Roll a performance check.
All of us?
All of you. And if you're shooting in the background, you too. Because they hear that going too.
It's probably been more
22.
22!
Nat 20.
Nat 20! 22 total.
It's probably been more than 10 minutes at this point, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's been more than 10 minutes.
Okay.
I think I've screwed around with that machine for more than 20 minutes.
21. What did you roll?
15.
So an
Still
average of
respectable.
pretty much around like 19 there, 20. Okay. So like as soon as she comes in screaming, and then you see this ghostly undead figure of an elf run through, and like just in her trail is those vines that start popping up behind, and like they just start growing up the wall as they kind of touch and whatnot, blocking the door in there. And they're all like, oh my God. And they hear the booms and stuff outside of the guns and everything. They're all like, it's real. And they start to panic. There are a couple of very small windows in this room. And they all start trying to like get through the door or the window because they don't want to go through the door that just had ghost goop on it. Yes, ghost goop. So they're all trying to go, but some of them, like, there's no other way to go but through that door. So they're going to try, and a couple of them go through, taking some damage and whatnot, and they see the blood come up from their legs, and the others like, it's attacking! And they're all just kind of gathered in this room, scared to death to move.
I wish there was a way to bring the room down on them.
We don't have any actual like full magic casters in the group.
I know.
And we burnt most of our spells anyway.
I could start casting mold earth underneath the walls.
Where's the pillar supports?
Things are just going haywire in this room.
Instantaneously excavate the 5-foot area.
So you're going to actually cast that?
I could bring the building down. Or at least part of that room.
So I still have 2 more cells, 2 more castings of Thunderwave, which can push part of the wall 10 feet.
Go find the purple guy. Maybe he's upstairs.
So if you excavate, and then
So they're all like hanging, they're all like scared in this room and they're not running through the thorns, huh?
No, they're terrified to go through the door because whatever that ghostly figure was has just like gooped on the floor behind her. So,
oh yeah, left the thorns.
Yes, and they're trying to make their way out the window, but the window's a little too small, so they're just huddling the farthest wall away right now.
So on this side, on the front, I'm gonna start casting like mold earth underneath to try to knock the wall down.
Okay. With them all bunched up against the walls and the pressure of that, the wall easily starts to like cave in and they can feel the wall moving behind them. And they all start freaking out and stepping away from the wall. They're like, they're in the walls! And now they're just all just like screaming like little children. Like, where do we go?
Then I scream in infernal. Because they can't speak it. They don't understand it.
That's the demons, Jim.
Can you do that with thaumaturgy?
Yep. Well, yeah, and then I make it boom louder.
One of them screamed out, "Is like, our work has brought this upon us. What have we done? We deserve this." They're all scared and terrified in the middle of this room. So whatever y'all would like to do, they're pretty much stuck.
Well, I guess.
No, I want to knock this wall down, and then like
Okay.
I want to keep on trying to do the whole mold earth until it looks like the wall's about to fall down.
Okay.
And then I want to like ram into the wall and knock it down, and then just start like. Boom.
He wants to Samson and the Philistines. These guys. That's what he wants to do.
The wall comes down easily, like once you've excavated and whatnot, and then you go barreling through. It's like
Stomping in.
He Kool-Aid mans his way through the wall. Oh, yeah.
Oh no, my dad's gonna be home in 10 minutes. You gotta fix this.
Are you running yet?
oh, like they're running, but they're trying to like. At this point, with the wall coming in, they're all trying to go through that doorway with the vines. They're trying to jump over it, but they still get caught by like what's going up.
Are we
the
trying
wall.
to kill these guys or just to get them to leave?
I was just trying to get him to leave.
I guess I'll just start shooting.
Experience
as they
for all
come
these
out.
guards.
I mean, they're pretty much coming right down a funnel.
They
I
were
can just
guards,
sit there
right?
and go all day.
I thought he said they were guards. I was like, oh, we'll get these guards.
Okay, if you want to roll,
It's gonna be a lot of rolling.
Get some XP.
just one, and we'll go with all of them. Is it XP or is it going against your XP for killing these innocent people?
I thought they were guards.
I thought they were
They're
guards.
guards, yeah, but I mean, like they weren't hurting you.
17.
They were doing evil
that'll-
work.
But they were beating the engineers.
Other humans that you don't care about.
Max.
Okay. So as they funnel through, they're getting sliced up by these vines and thorns that are out here, and then they're also getting shot with. They have no idea what this thing is that's like smashing them back. So the people in the front are getting sliced up and then getting shot, and they go back onto the other people that are trying to go through the door, and they're all panicking, just huddling through this doorway, just like trampling over people into the thorns, and then they just book their way out. How much are we talking?
36. 2 max damages back to back.
Yeah, their maximum for those types of guards was 20, so, like...
So we killed all 16 guards.
You killed 16 guards.
Huzzah.
So now they're just piled up in the doorway, trying to get out and whatnot.
All of the day's work.
Talking about that concert that just happened where everybody got trampled. Yeah, that's what you just did.
Yeah, Astro World.
So,
We've cleared out the castle for the elves. It was awful nice.
Congratulations.
Yep, elves are back. Hey, we got 16 more bodies. I'm going to get 16 more crystals. I'm not going to roleplay through that. I'm just going to put them in my pocket.
and then you all dismantle it.
Are there any cool parts as we're taking them apart? Like any like focusing crystal inside or something?
There was one of the same little...
Just a little one?
yeah, the one like you all had before.
Oh, okay.
Black Pearl.
Yeah.
Oh, another black pearl.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So,
Should be able to socket that into armor just to.
I don't know. I want to make like
I'm
a
a
necklace out of it.
Every time I just stand there when a caster comes up, like, what, bro?
Bing.
Cast wish. Do it. I bet you won't.
all right. So with that, you all have killed
A lot of people.
a lot of people in here. The engineers, they just think that all that sound and whatnot, it was just like them doing experiments. So they just stayed in their little doors. They don't want to come out. They're tired. They've been working all day. Otherwise, y'all have killed pretty much all the guards in this area.
Cool.
Awesome.
So now what? You murdering hobos.
I would presume.
No, we
would-
have a house, so we're not
I
hobos.
presume we'd go tell like the elves they can have
Elfie,
the castle
Elfington.
back. Yeah, and then probably
Master Elfington.
call it for
He's
the
now
session.
King Elfington now.
So you all walk back out. Go tell him, Mr. Elfington.
What was his name?
Aniston.
Elfo.
How do you add something that doesn't exist?
You have to customize them.
I'm trying to, but
So you all go out and tell him it's like castle's been emptied. The machine piece in there that was what they were creating has now just done. There are some engineers that are of no harm to him.
Send them my way.
Okay. Otherwise, maybe a handful of people.
The fact that your avatar has like this green, like celestial glow around it.
The people that were in the actual city, probably, you know, the families of the people that were
That we just slaughtered.
that are living there. They're still in their houses and whatnot, but other than that, you tell him that the city has now been emptied. And he asks you, did you kill the leader?
Nah, you got away.
About
Some,
that.
some
like twice, but somehow.
some half of you came in and like, you know, like if like
You mean like...
you and like a human did like the brown chicken, brown cow. So it's like his ears aren't as pointy, but they're kind of pointy.
He kind of looks at you as if you're playing dumb on purpose. He's like, do you mean a half-elf?
Yes.
I'm just standing behind him.
Aha. So a half-elf came in and took him?
Yes.
With a Bigby's hand.
I don't know what that is, but I'm going to assume that,
Do you even know magic, bro?
not really. No. I am a ranger. I like to hunt things, and
It's okay, Aragorn. It's okay. I feel you.
my name is Aniston.
No. It's okay. You don't get a lie. It's fine. I read a book that just talked about you. Your big eyeball involved. It was crazy.
So the castle has now been emptied.
Yes.
My people can have it back.
Yes. Yeah.
It's all yours.
Congratulations.
Forgive me if I seem a little confused, for we haven't had our or city back in quite some time. It's empty.
There's like a couple engineers in there. I mean, you can just send them back to town.
Or they can help you rebuild.
Yeah, whatever you want. I don't care. Man, you can slaughter all of them if you want.
Was the castle intact?
One of the walls is falling in the back.
It needs some work. It's a little TLC.
Don't mind the smell. in
Again, the
mirror.
engineers
Yep.
might help with that.
Not a lot of labor available, though.
He takes off the little crest that he's got on his shoulder. Out of all of you, he looks at the two of you and he hands it to you because you know Elvish. And he tells you in Elvish, it's like, take this and spread the word to any of my people that you see that the prince has come back home. And gives you his little sigil and starts walking back to camp to tell them they can go home.
I'll tell him I will do my best to fulfill this sacred trust you have given me.
It is greatly appreciated. If you need anything of my people, you may come and see me. I will be doing much work, apparently, in my castle. And walks back.
All right.
So we're going to assume that you all walked back to the boat, made your way there. Your dragonborn friend is just like, how'd it go?
Fine.
Could have
fine.
used you.
Jimmy.
Ah, friggin' Jimmy.
All right. And so we'll just say that you all take the boat and you're heading your way back. And we'll call it there. I'm going to have to go through all of my encounters and all of my bad guys and up them a bit.
Why?
Because I did not
I
realize.
have one attack spell.